David, I am the man.
Yeah, I am. I don't go around saying that, though. It's a bit presumptuous.
Sure.
My name.
You let other people say that for you.
I forgot that even though we were already recording, that we're also keeping this video on YouTube as well, even though no one has joined it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it will be there.
So I'll stop going like this.
Also joining us, as always, Joshua the Owens.
Yeah, from a closet, wearing a Wookiee onesie.
That's how he does.
I'm cozy.
How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
How are you? Hey, you have a new baby. How's that going?
Hey.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the new baby is here, Gemma, and we. Okay. And she's doing great, keeping us up every 3 hours at night, as babies do, and just being a good baby and all that jazz. So we are very happy. Everything went well. She's very healthy.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool. I'll tell you what, it's a cool experience. So
good. That's good to hear. Doesn't get old.
Yep. So this is episode 50. It's kind of historic. I
feel as if we should preface this historic episode with the fact that this is the first time we are going to be doing this, what we're going to be doing in 4 minutes, and there may be a lot of technical difficulties. So everybody needs to just bear that in mind and bear with us.
Dave, I need you to believe, Dave. Just believe.
Well, for the last 20 seconds, the screen was black.
And I need your internet to work well.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, mine too, but...
My internet, I feel as if it may be the host's internet.
Yeah, so the video may not be... Hey.
All right.
Hey. You can host next week. You can start it up. It might not be a bad idea, actually. Yeah. It might be the guy in the closet's problem, too. I don't know.
What? Hey, come on now.
I'm just saying.
So anyways, let's just preface this real quick. Yes, you are in a closet. We are going to have, we're going to put out the link that allows people to join this Google Hangout. So potential for anyone and everyone to join is there. This could be a complete train wreck or the greatest idea in the history of mankind. We shall see.
We're either geniuses or not.
So before we get started with everyone jumping in, we're going to go through some housekeeping things, if you will, real quick, and I'm going to let Josh go ahead and give us a lowdown on that.
Yeah.
Housekeeping.
Anytime he's ready.
Housekeeping.
Wait.
Go ahead.
You're good to go.
Wait. Hey. Hello.
What's happening?
Am I delayed?
Go ahead.
Yes, I believe so.
Am I delayed?
This is my have faith. Believe, Josh.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Am I live now? Are we good now?
You're good.
Am I still delayed?
You can begin.
Thank you for tuning in.
I'm just gonna go for it.
And last live stream video.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and watching what could indeed be a train wreck, but we're very thankful that you're here. We have a couple things we would like to tell you about. First of all, if you have not liked our Facebook page, head on over to facebook.com/South Dakota Gamer. Check us out there. Give us a like. You'll see our beautiful faces. We always post the episodes there along with some other news and great stuff like that. And if you would like to support the show, if you like the show enough to support the show, you should head over to patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer and check out our page there. Patreon is a virtual tipping and rewards website, and that's where you can head over there and dig deep into your pocketbooks or pockets and grab some of those dollars that you're okay with parting with and send them our way and help us to produce the show. That covers hosting fees and some other stuff, helps us keep creating content for you. And we've got some rewards on that website. Choose to take advantage of that. So here's what we can do for you if you do some things for us. So first of all, basically, if you just would like to submit $1, if you would just like to pledge $1 a month to the podcast, we will give you a verbal thank you on the show. We'll say your name. We'll give you a shout out. We'll say thanks because we very much appreciate it. Every little bit helps. The next level that we've got is the $5 reward level, and that gets anything that you would like to have promoted on the show, we will promote. So if you've got a podcast, whether you've got a Facebook page, a Twitter username, website, music, whatever you got, if it's appropriate, we will promote it on the show for you, and we're happy to do that. That's for the $5 level. And then we've also got a $10 tier, and that gets you all the rewards from the previous 2 levels, as well as a guaranteed 1-hour gaming session with the host or hosts of your choice per week, obviously subject to scheduling. And I do want to say here, too, if you can't swing the $10 and you still want to game with us, feel free to shoot us your info anyway, and we will try to make time. There are no guarantees. We all have busy schedules, but the $10 a month guarantees you a gaming session with one of us or a couple of us for an hour a week, and that's awesome. We're trying to find ways to connect with you guys, and so we really want to take advantage of that. We've been able to game with a few people so far, and speaking with a few people that are connected to us, we do have a person that we do need to give a verbal thank you to, and that is Evan Steele. So thank you very much, Evan. Evan pledged to the $5 tier, and he even said that he doesn't have anything that he wants to promote. He's just happy to support the show, and we really appreciate it. So thank you, Evan. And if you guys want to check it out, head over to patreon.com/SouthDakotaGamer. And if you don't want to support the show, that's okay too. We won't be mad. We're still going to keep doing the show for you because we like to do it and we like you guys. So, but you should at least head over to the page and check it out. Head over to our Facebook page, check that out, and we can. Well, I will probably say all this at the end too. So if you didn't catch all that, stick around to the end. We'll say it again.
That's right.
Thank you, Josh. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
It was a mouthful.
So. Last week we did not get to finish the podcast as normal. We had to stop recording in order for me to go to bed before I was up for more than 24 hours. I got 1 hour of sleep Tuesday night, leading up to Gemma being born on Wednesday. So it was a long night for sure. So we didn't finish with 20 questions like we usually do. So we're going to go ahead and start off this week with Game Scoops 20 questions.
Scoop!
Questions. All right.
My goodness, that was really delayed.
Very delayed.
Quite a bit.
Yes. This is going to be interesting.
All right. So maybe it's not me that's delayed.
This is odd because it didn't happen last time, but here we are.
Here we go. As soon as we try to like troubleshoot and get off, people will try to be getting on, and oh my goodness, this is going to be fun.
Lots of fun. Okay, well.
Yeah. We can't communicate with each other.
We're good. I think we'll be all right.
We're all behind.
It's really, really.
Is it really that bad?
It's pretty close. I think it's pretty
bad.
close. I can hear my voice coming through some of the speakers almost at the same time.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Fantastic. I can hear you right now.
Yeah. I'm going to clap. Tell me when you hear it.
Now.
Yeah, it's like 3 seconds behind. Not that bad.
Yeah. All right. Okay, cool.
All right, well, here we are. So, Game Scoops 20 questions. Josh is going to take the pick this week. Josh, Dave, and I will choose. Dave, start it.
Josh, buddy, this game.
Hey.
Have a release date prior to January 1st, 2000.
Yes.
What do you mean,
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, think about that for a second.
You know it's going to be the first question. How would you not be?
I just had to wrap my head around what was happening. I was focused on my Jelly Bellies, and we're good now. So, yes, it has a release date prior to January 1st, 2000.
All right. Does it have a release date prior to January 1st, 1990?
No.
Was this game
No.
released exclusively to the Nintendo 64?
No.
Oh my, that's really delayed. Is this a Nintendo exclusive game at all?
Yes.
Okay. So Super Nintendo. Right?
Possibly.
Can't be the Wii or the GameCube before.
Right. It's after 90, before 2000.
That was my question.
What was your... Oh, Super Nintendo?
Oh, I never guessed, did I? Sorry. So it is my question.
It is your question.
We're a little bit delayed. So do we want to use that question, or do we just want to assume it's a Super Nintendo and save a question?
Whatever you think. I don't care either way.
Was this game a platformer?
No.
Okay, Damon. What?
No.
Okay.
I knew. Okay, sorry. I don't want to throw you too far off. I knew it wasn't a platformer. I just wanted to make sure I knew what the genre was because I hadn't looked at the genre specifically.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay, so not a platformer. Probably on the Super Nintendo. Let's see. Is this a sports game, Josh?
No.
Got rid of Tony Hawk there.
Yeah. Is this a I'm trying to think of how to. Is this like a top-down viewed perspective game?
No.
Okay.
Not Legend of Zelda, not Secret of Mana, not
a platform, not a shooter, not a top-downer.
You asked if it was a shooter?
I'm sorry, I did. I was thinking that, but I did not ask that because there really weren't a ton, right, on the Super Nintendo. So
not that platformers, really.
Right. Is this a side-scrolling game?
Yes.
So it's a side-scroller, but not a platformer. So you don't jump at all, right?
Oh, you could. You could in Double Dragon. You could still jump.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. So it would have to be like a game like Battletoads or Double Dragon, or
you could ask human or.
Yeah. Do you play as a human in this game, Josh?
No.
Ask if it. I can save it for mine. What question is this?
This will be 10.
Okay.
This will be 10. Let's see. We could even go publisher.
I was going to ask if it was published by Rare.
Okay, that's a good one. Is this published by Rare?
No.
No, not.
Okay.
So it's not them. Oh, I gotta leave a Xbox party, or I'm gonna be broadcasting this into the. I think they just did. I think they just. Hold on. There you go. Did you just ask a question, or did me just ask a question?
Yeah, Rare. I asked your question, but it asked my question. So if it was a Rare game, and it was not.
So where do you want me to ask if it's like it was actually published by Nintendo?
Well,
or developed.
Not necessarily. We could do Konami, Capcom. It's a side scroller, so you automatically think beat 'em up. But that's what my brain goes to first, at least, is a beat 'em up like a Double Dragon or a Battletoads or something like that. Contra.
It's not Double Dragon because you do not play as a human.
Good point. Okay.
So, is this would that be categorized as a fighter? What we're trying to beat 'em up? What we're trying to
beat 'em up. Not a fighter, because a fighter's
beat 'em up?
like Street Fighter is a fighter.
Oh, okay. So is this a beat 'em up game, Josh?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. So what?
Okay.
As a
They're not a human.
Ooh. Ooh.
TMNT Turtle game.
Yeah.
Turtles in Time was one.
Yep.
Hey, Josh,
is
this
version probably what would be the one he's thinking?
Yeah. Do you play as mutated turtles that happen to be teenagers and also ninjas?
Yes.
Excellent. Hey, Josh, was this game? Well, he said exclusive though.
Yeah, it was.
If this game was also playable on arcade prior, because the one I'm thinking of was the arcade.
But then they changed it when they brought it to the console, though.
I could have sworn it was still called.
Just what?
I'm trying to think. Turtles in Time. It wasn't.
Turtles in Time
called the arcade, but that was an arcade game prior.
Right.
Correct?
I think Turtles in Time is the name of the game after it came to the console.
Hey,
now, were there any other?
What are you asking? If there are other Turtles in Time games?
I was just saying if there are other Turtles games as well, but I don't know.
Well, I was going to ask if they travel through time in this game.
Okay.
Josh.
Yes.
Do these turtles that are teenagers and ninjas and
mutants
do they travel through time at any point in this video game?
They do.
Okay. So it's got to be.
So that's it, right?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Josh, is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is this game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Turtles in Time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Nice aha moment.
Question 14.
Chad.
Yeah. So yes, it was originally an arcade game. It was ported to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That's the only console that it ever was on.
It is on the Xbox.
Until they basically emulated it on later systems. However, it was retitled when they brought it to the console to TMNT Turtles in Time. So it was kind of a tricky question, and I when we do like 20 questions, I don't think any of us are ever going to pick an arcade game as their 20 questions game. Saying it's exclusive to Nintendo, I don't think was super misleading, but good job, guys.
Good question, guys.
I was excited about. Yes.
Evan asked us on Facebook under our post if they can watch the show from the Hangout or not. After their 2 minutes, are they allowed to stay? As long as they don't.
They can watch it on YouTube right now.
Yeah, you can go watch it on YouTube live right now.
The Hangout is the 2-minute limit.
Yeah. To get in the Hangout, it's the 2-minute. You join the link that's on Facebook. If you want to join the call, you go onto the Facebook page. There's a link there for the Google Hangout that'll get you in the call. If you want to just watch, you just go to YouTube, go to the South Dakota Gamer page on YouTube, and watch the video there. And that'll give you the live stream. And
if you just want to lurk
for us. Yeah, and that's cool. Do it.
Yeah,
we got 3 lurkers right now. That's okay. 3 lurkers.
Tyler's one of them.
So, but definitely join in.
We got 2.
Click on that link.
What?
We have 3 viewers right now.
Oh, see, I can't see any of them. How do you see that?
I think I do because I'm the one I have it set up, so I think that's why.
Yeah, Chad's hosting it.
But join the call.
So are they just contributing through chat, or is their video actually going to come up?
They'll have video come up if they join the Hangout.
Oh, okay.
Just like us.
So you're talking about viewers on YouTube, not actually contributing to that.
Correct. That's correct.
But
all right. That was.
Sorry, the link that you posted on Facebook. That is the Google Hangout. So anybody who clicks that can join the actual Hangout right now.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Anybody watching on YouTube can go to our Facebook page, find the link, and join our Hangout.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's move this train along. That was GameScoop's 20 questions from last week. Let's move into the news that you can use.
If you choose.
Okay,
Excellent.
there it is.
That's catchy.
You know,
That's gonna
it is. I like it. All right, I have, in my list, in my hand right here, I have 12 items on the list, and I know Josh is adding a couple more.
Plus a couple. As Greg Miller would say, it's a baker's dozen.
A baker's dozen. All right, so number 1 on the news you can use if you so choose. Mighty Number 9. Kinji Inafune's basically Mega Man successor has been delayed 2 times up to this point. Guess what? It's delayed once again. Their new release time frame is the spring of 2016. The reason for the delays are online functionalities and matchmaking in a Mega Man-esque game.
Here's the thing about that, because I on my way home, I was listening to P.S. I Love You XOXO. Dang it, I wasn't supposed to say the name of the podcast. Scratch that. Everybody forget that I said that.
Okay. I don't understand what the deal is.
Because they're a competitor. Anyway, I was listening to a certain podcast, and certain people were talking about this delay, and they basically read the quote from KG.
Keanu Reeves.
Anyway, Inafune. They read the quote from him, and they were talking about how he said that this delay is because of online functionality, and because they're releasing it to so many platforms at once, the fix is slightly different for all of them, and so it's taken him a while. He apologized, said there's no excuse, please, be patient. Thank you to everyone who has been patient so far. Here's my thing. The certain person on the certain podcast that was talking about it said this, and I was thinking this before he said it, but who cares about the online functionality? I've never played a game like this and been like, oh man, it doesn't have functionality for online play. Like, nobody's buying this game looking for online play. Just release it and patch it in later.
So maybe that's not the real reason, or all of it?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's no way that's the real reason this game's getting delayed again. Because at some point, if it was
Kinda
just
like
the online functionality... Yeah. At some point, if it was just the online functionality, I feel like somebody would have been like, just release it and, patch it in later. So I feel like this is this is what we tell the public thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the longer it goes, the less I am looking forward to really playing it. But it did look interesting. All right, number next.
So I have one. Yeah, I have one. Speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT Mutants in Manhattan has been officially revealed. And it's coming from Platinum Games, which is...
Sorry, go ahead.
What happened? Oh, it's coming from Platinum Games, which is the same company that released Transformers Devastation. Am I good now?
It may. I mean, it'll just take a second. It may have something to do with being in the closet messing with your signal, possibly. I don't know. It may be me, too.
Well, I have a different headset.
When you talk, it's very delayed. No, I'm talking about your internet connection.
Yeah, I know. Okay, how about you do your next... news story. That helps.
I'll do my next news story. Yeah. How about I do that?
Yeah.
So, number 2 on my list. Number 2 on my list is Her Story 2 is a real thing, supposedly. Should probably mute his mic real quick. Again, guys, this could be a train wreck. I said that. We warned you.
I said that.
Dave said
Josh
that.
said, believe. I'm not believing in you, Josh. Can you hear me?
I've muted his mic, so once he's sitting, we'll get him back in. But so Her Story 2 is a real deal. It's not a direct sequel to Her Story 1, but rather a spiritual successor to the game. It's a thing that's being made. So too bad Josh is not here. He is the one that played it. But it's going to be live action video again, just like the last one was. So there we go. Next, number 3. Witcher 2 is free on the Xbox One right now. Did you download that yet, Dave?
I've got the game sitting on the ground over here.
I'm sorry?
I own the game.
Oh, Witcher 2?
Oh, Witcher 2.
Yeah.
No, I did not download that. I played through that game. I beat it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, it is part of the new backwards compatibility list for Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One. If you own it on the Xbox 360, you can put it in your Xbox One and get it. If you don't, it will be free to everybody until February 5th. So you can surely go ahead and download that for free up to that point. Number 4, the Humble Bundle for the PC, also known as personal computer. Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
That's what it's known as.
PC.
They have a bunch of games on the sale this week. A lot of them are Sid Meier games and or XCOM games. There's quite a few of them for real cheap, just a few bucks per game. It's fun to watch Josh just like scramble over here. I'm gonna unmute him and see how he is doing.
I'm back.
There he is.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
better.
back. Everything's fine.
It's gonna be
Okay.
okay.
Back with
It's out of the closet, everybody.
Random stock Asian picture behind him on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way back there. It's way back there now.
He's come out of the closet. Hey, we have 4 people now.
Guys, what did I
Okay,
miss?
so you you missed the Humble Bundle. We're at the Humble Bundle right now, which I know you're a big high.
That's a
high
good
on
one.
there.
Yeah, that's a good Humble Bundle. You get XCOM and some Civilization stuff.
You can.
Good one.
It is there for your buying pleasure. Buying pleasure. Okay, next, Josh, do you have a news item?
I do. I'm going to continue the one that I started talking about because I couldn't finish it. So TMNT, Mutants in Manhattan, has been officially revealed. And it's coming from Platinum Games, the same company that gave us Transformers Devastation. It's the same art style, the cell shading and everything. It looks really awesome. I'm very excited about it. I watched a gameplay trailer, and it's not super clear what the mechanics are going to be in this game.
But fighting, hitting, kicking, probably combos.
Yeah, there was plenty of that, but it looks a little Dynasty Warriors-ish.
Okay.
Like the gameplay, but I can't be certain of it because there wasn't a ton of gameplay. However, Bebop was in the gameplay trailer, and he definitely looked like 80s cartoon, 90s cartoon Bebop.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Number next, Star Wars Battlefront 3 was a game that was being made for the Xbox 360, and it was canceled. They released 2 or 3 different videos of footage from that game here in the last day or two. It kind of looks similar to the game we have now, with some exceptions of being able to actually get in vehicles and drive them around. You could be a Wookiee, from what I saw, but it looked very similar to what we play, or the direction that we have in the game today. So, but that was a thing that was out there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, next. The next one I have, not a big deal, but Five Nights at Freddy's World, which was the next Five Nights at Freddy's game that just got released on Steam on the 21st, has been taken off of Steam by Scott Cawthon. And he wasn't clear originally why they pulled it. Later on, he said that he felt like he rushed the game and he wants to try and perfect it before he puts it out there for mass consumers. So I don't know the situation, if everybody that bought it is getting a refund or if they will just get the game again when it's re-released. But he wasn't super clear when they originally pulled it down. Nobody was really sure. And then he came out later and said he pulled it because he felt like they rushed it. He wasn't comfortable with when they released it. He felt like it wasn't totally finished, and he wants to polish it before they put it back out. So he didn't want it to get out to everybody and then get a bad rap because it felt unfinished. He wasn't comfortable with it. So they're going to re-release it. It's not like they're pulling it forever. He just wasn't comfortable with how it was playing. So
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Next, number 6 on my list. Halfway through, kind of. So you're doing good, guys. You're just trucking right along.
We're
sticking with us.
Going at
It's
it.
going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine.
It's going to be smooth sailing from here on out.
David Gator.
Yeah, Gator.
Not the reptile. A different spelling.
Yeah.
Has left BioWare. He was one of the head writers for the Dragon Age game with EA. He was also involved with some Baldur's Gate stuff, and even did some Mass Effect writing too. But he was one of the head writers for Dragon Age. Been with the company for 17 years. He has left. BioWare is done. It was nothing bad happened. It was time for him to finish and be done. He retired. So I don't know how much that really impacts Mass Effect. He wasn't involved super heavily with that, like Andromeda coming out this year. But he was big on the Dragon Age game. So if you're a huge Dragon Age Inquisition and or 1 or 2 fan, your head writer is no longer with the company.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we're starting to see, this is the second big person that we've seen step down from a movie studio, a game studio, just recently. But it's interesting to see these guys going out, and you've got guys like Steve Gaynor and Mike Bithell, that seem to be like the next wave of like super developers. You know what I mean? And they're making like entirely different games, stuff that we've never seen before, and it's really interesting. Like, not old school, because those guys weren't old school. Like, they were making awesome current relevant games, but it's interesting to see those guys like move off the scene, and then we've got guys like Steve Gaynor and Mike Bithell who are making games that we've never played anything like those before. And it's interesting to see like the shift. Like, there's an obvious shift between guys that are just coming onto the scene versus guys that are now leaving the scene.
Sure.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got somebody joined.
Hey, who is it? Who is it? There he is.
There he is.
Say hi to everybody.
Are you guys live?
Yeah,
We're live.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
And no,
You're
you are live
famous
as well.
That's a good thing I didn't say something.
Hi, Corey.
Hi.
Yes. What is your
You
name?
guys, I'm Corey Easton.
So,
I've been on the show before, but I don't know Chewbacca there. Who's that?
Oh, I'm Josh. I was not on the show the week that you were on the show.
That's right. I filled in for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Do I play Xbox with you?
but he's on the show most of the
No, I
week.
don't have an Xbox.
No.
Yeah.
He's not one of the cool kids.
I'm not an Xbox plebe.
You might have played with Tyler, who was going to be on later on the show.
Yeah. Tyler's who I played with.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys fielding questions right now, or should I come
So,
back?
Corey, do you have a question or comment or discussion? Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Hurry up, you've only got 47 seconds
What
left.
do you got?
Oh boy. Well, first, I better not say congratulations to Chad, then about the new baby, then I'll skip that. I was watching, I got a Star Wars question, of course. I haven't listened to your guys' Star Wars episode yet, but I'm planning on it. But maybe you guys answered this here.
Okay.
I was watching the teaser trailers, because I didn't watch all the trailers before the movie came out, or before I watched the movie. And I was watching them again, and there was a question that I had about something I saw in the trailers.
Now, before you go any further, anybody who's watching this who has not seen Star Wars and lives under a stone, we're going to have some spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So,
ridiculous if
mute
you
it.
haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, if you
Don't
haven't
take
seen
up my
it,
40
it's crazy.
seconds left.
But it is Star Wars, and I would not like to ruin it for you.
right.
Go see the freaking movie.
All right, so have we allowed enough time then?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I was watching the trailers and I saw, okay,
You
you're
may
going to have to
proceed.
remind me the name of the creature that looks like a dehydrated pineapple with the goggles.
Oh, I always say her name.
Kaz.
Maz Kanata.
Maz Kanata, yeah.
Maz Kanata. She hands Leia the lightsaber
Yeah, that was cut.
in the trailer,
No.
but that's not in the movie.
Right.
Right. Neither was, it kind of was in the other thing. But yeah, that scene was cut from the actual movie.
That's kind of a big deal. I mean, when I saw Leia getting handed the lightsaber, if I would have saw that before I saw the movie, I would have been like, Leia's going to use a lightsaber. That's what I would have been thinking. And then there's nothing about it in the movie.
Yeah, they really played in the trailers the word games with really making. I mean, there was 2 different teaser things where they played with Rey's origins, and they didn't tell you where she comes from, but it was very clear that they were kind of doing some misdirection. Like there was one set of TV spots where I was certain they were saying that she was Han Solo's daughter. I mean, you can hear the voice of Maz Kanata saying, "Those eyes, I've seen those eyes in the same people," and it shows her, and then it shows Han.
Yeah.
And then it shows her flying the Millennium Falcon. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, obviously they're saying that she's, well, you watch the movie, and if she is, then he was a really bad dad not to say anything.
Yeah. I don't know, that's interesting. I hadn't really seen that. I hadn't seen, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I didn't see that particular
it's the trailer where it's the trailer where they're saying, where Luke is saying, "My father has it. I have it. My sister has it. You have that power too." And
I did see that.
It shows that coming through there. So.
Huh. I didn't notice that. I guess that's, you're more observant than I am, Corey. I didn't notice that.
Well, I thought it was a big deal when I watched, because I didn't watch the trailers before it. I don't want teasers and spoilers.
We're assuming in that shot that it's Leia's hand. You only see the hand.
Oh, true.
Just to make that notice for you, Josh. I mean, it didn't actually show Leia taking it, but it shows obviously Maz's hand, and it shows an adult female's hand that was with nails. It's not like it was a scavenger. It wasn't Rey's hand.
Yeah.
So it was. We were assuming it was Leia.
Well, and Maz never hands it to Rey in the film anyway.
No.
So
she hands it to Finn, actually, who gets it.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll take that question out of here then.
Awesome.
I got a couple other guys that are going to get on here later and ask
Corey.
you guys some questions.
Thanks, Corey.
All right. See you guys.
Cool. See you later.
On YouTube.
Well, yeah. Thanks
Peace.
for joining in, sir. We appreciate it.
See ya.
Oh, pizza.
Nice guy.
There we go. All right, so there we had our first join.
Temporarily?
Nice guy, that Corey. What's that?
Did we lose you temporarily? It said you. All of a sudden, I saw you.
It just dropped completely. I'm glad it kept going, though.
Yeah, that was weird that it didn't end everything.
I'm glad it kept going. That's good. All right. Number next. I have number 7 on my list. Elijah Wood is involved with a company called Spectre Vision. I'm not sure what his role is in this company, but he's involved in it.
It's going to have hobbits in it.
I didn't do a lot of research, but from what I understand, Elijah Wood helped found or is helping to fund this company.
Okay.
It's either going to have hobbits in it or Flipper.
Yeah, obviously. And they are working with Ubisoft.
We're chess players.
And their VR division with Ubisoft.
Or a talking dog guy dressed in it. Okay, carry on.
Wow. Okay.
So they aren't a
Josh
games
actually
company
looks
at all.
similar.
I do. I look like Wilford right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
They
Better person.
don't make games. They're not a game company, but they are involved in horror films and TV and television shows. So something to do with Ubisoft and this company involving VR, which is interesting. Obviously, VR. I think this is a beginning year for virtual reality, as we've talked about recently in the last few podcasts. But to see Ubisoft specifically involved with someone like this is interesting to see what they might do.
Yeah. I'm excited that Elijah Wood is doing anything. He seems just weird enough that most things he does I like. So I'm excited to see what else he's going to do.
Yep.
The next item I've got is Square Enix is promising new details on Final Fantasy 15. They are going to be posting an active time report on Twitter this weekend. It's going to be a live stream, and they're promising that more details will come via that live stream, including more gameplay footage and the like. They are not promising a release date or anything like that, but they are promising more details via this what they're calling an active time report, which will be a live stream of stuff. It's a mixture of stuff. Yeah.
We like stuff.
So,
okay.
If you guys still care about Final Fantasy 15, that's been a long, tortured game. Originally, it was supposed to be Final Fantasy Versus 13, and it got completely changed from there, and now they're releasing it as 15. So who knows? Who knows when this game is actually going to come out? They keep saying 2016, but who knows?
We shall see. All right, number 8, Atari is bringing over 1,000 classic Atari games to Steam.
I saw this on the thing. I think it's supposed to be 100.
I saw 1,000 too, but that seems like a lot.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 100.
1,000 seems like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
Okay, we'll just go. They're bringing a bunch.
There's a bunch of
one with a couple zeros, maybe more.
More than a baker's dozen.
More, definitely more. A few baker's dozen.
That's kind of cool. He plays Centipede.
I'm excited about this. Did you guys play Atari when you were?
Yeah.
We won.
Galaga, Centipede.
I really loved Adventure, where you're just a square.
Yeah.
And you have to go into the castle. I really liked those ones where you had instead of the joystick with the one orange button, you have the little round dial.
Yeah.
That you just turn, and it was the one where it was like Fortress Defense, where it's basically like Pong, but you have 4 fortresses in each corner, and there's a ball going around, and you have to deflect it from hitting your base, and as it breaks your base down, you lose. You know.
I got one of those things that you plug into your TV, and it's got like a bunch of Atari games preloaded.
That's cool.
And that's one of them. That's one of the funnest ones. I used to like playing Berserker on Atari. Pitfall, obviously.
Yeah.
A bunch of really ones. There's a bunch of really good ones. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to see. Right now I have a Sega emulator, and it's got a pack of like a bunch of classic Sega games, so that's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what's in this Atari pack. The next news item I've got is that Resident Evil. There is a Resident Evil competitive shooter, releasing in May. You heard that right.
That's interesting.
A Resident Evil competitive shooter releasing in May called Umbrella Corps. And the only thing I have to say about this is stop it.
I mean, I've played some of the more recent ones, and obviously they've gotten faster, but I would never put the perspective of Resident Evil in the way that you can't see what's behind you a lot of times. How does that work?
I don't understand. Like, my question is, who is asking for this? Who's asking for a competitive shooter based on Resident Evil? Not Resident Evil fans. So who wanted this?
It is
who was
crazy
like, this
to
is
see.
a good idea.
It's crazy to see the outcry from fans and people that pay money for different things that they never get. But then these things that come out, it's like, what? Who is developing this? Why?
There's nobody asking for this game. I don't know if they're thinking, well, the public just doesn't know they want it yet. I would consider myself a fairly big Resident Evil fan, and I don't want this. I don't understand how it's going to work. Raccoon City was a disaster. So I don't know. I don't know who's asking for this, but they're doing it. They're going to do it.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
All right, number next. Rocket League is a very, very fun game.
Where's Evan?
It's
great. It's so
they're
great.
going to be starting season 2 of Rocket League. Yeah,
they'll be in here. They'll be in here soon.
Where are they? So season 2 is going to make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make some changes. A lot of them are going to be cosmetic. There are also going to be some different changes to the competitive multiplayer. And then the ranked points that you get as you play right now are going to be done away with, and they're going to have a completely different system.
That's
so they're looking to change some things up with the competitive side of it. There is quite a bit there when you get into the ranked gameplay, a lot of competitiveness, and kind of what your rank is and what your numbers are. But they'll be changing that up, and then also I assume this will probably take place very close to the same time as the Xbox One getting Rocket League as well. This is both these things are supposed to happen in February, so I would assume, when Xbox gets its version, it'll be Season 2's version of Rocket League as well.
That would make sense. Probably means more trophies.
Good game. Lots of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I can't say that I'm super upset about them taking the ranked points away, because I'm not great at the game still. And so my ranked points keep going up and down. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what that's going to do? Hey, somebody else is on.
Hey, Paco!
What's up?
Hey, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are. But don't throw the mic on the floor.
I am Paco, and I am currently playing Rocket League.
Hey!
Your teammates are going to
ask as we speak.
And
yeah,
I'm
your teammates are going to be mad.
In a onesie.
So you're
Nice.
calling to ask Fantastic. So as you play Rocket League, have a question or a topic or something you want to say?
I just want to inform Josh that if you build up too much static electricity while wearing your onesie and wearing headphones, your ears will hurt a lot.
That sounds like a bad mixture. Thanks for the tip.
It's terrible. So
I'm going to try and stay as stationary as possible. I
Good
appreciate
choice.
that. Wow.
Good choice. And Cecilia said to say hello.
Oh, okay. Cecilia Paco says hello. So, Paco, what do you think of Rocket League releasing a Season 2 and doing away with the ranked points?
I like the ranked points because it definitely helps you play people that are better. Because Evan and I have been trying to move up so that we can play better people, and the more consistently we play, the better we are and the better people we play, but after a couple days we go down, and it kind of keeps us where we should be, and I think that's a much better thing to do, or else you end up kind of like Call of Duty, and you just play people that are way too good or people that suck, and it's not fun.
I do agree with that. It keeps you right on par with people that are close to or right above your skill level. I would assume, though, do you think that they're gonna? I would assume that they're gonna replace it with something similar. Do you think they're gonna do that, or do you think they're doing away with ranking altogether?
I mean, they'd have to do something, or else it just kind of ruins the game completely. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. You guys were the ones that yelled at me for not playing.
Yeah, I think they're changing it, and I'm sure they're improving. I'm sure they're trying to improve it to some degree.
Yeah. How are your games going tonight?
Excellent.
What? Sorry?
How are your games going tonight? Are you winning?
Oh, I just started. I won my first one with 3 goals, but
Oh, right on.
I have a
I'm
question.
only half playing, and we're 3-2. Yeah, what's up?
Before you go, explain to me what happened. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I saw pictures that involved you and your brother and a bunch of other grown men wearing costumes and sitting in a room with a bunch of TVs and video game consoles.
That sounds like something I want to be involved in.
Yes, please explain this.
So our buddy Keith had a big video game party, and he surprised everybody by also making it a superhero party and buying everybody a superhero hoodie and or costume for it.
Wow, excellent.
Nice.
It was great. We had
That's cool.
3 tournaments going on. We had Call of Duty, we had Rocket League, and we had Super Smash Brothers.
So how many TVs were there and how many consoles were there?
There were 7 TVs, 7 consoles.
Goodness. So everybody brought their own, I'm assuming?
Yeah. We had more consoles than we had TVs, so.
Yeah. Well, that is very interesting. I saw it and I was laughing, but also at the same time I was
Sounds
jealous.
like a good time.
Yeah.
It was great.
Like, I wanted to be there. But I'm in a town where none of my friends that I play video games with live near me, so.
That's cool.
Happens. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you letting me hang out.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Have a good night.
See you later.
You too.
Thanks, Paco. Appreciate it.
Nice guy, that Paco.
Delay.
Alrighty, moving right along.
Nice guy, that Paco. I have one more.
Paco guy.
I have one more news story. I think I only have one more. I know we have a few more on the outline, but One thing that I saw that I was kind of excited about, it looks fun.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a game called Dangerous Golf coming out, and they're calling it a mix between Burnout and NBA Jam. It's a golf game. Three Fields Entertainment is partially composed of Criterion's founding members, and Dangerous Golf has Burnout in its genes. Burnout's crash mode, where you cause as much carnage as possible with one fell swerve. Dangerous Golf is like that, but you yell 4 before walloping a fiery meteor. Deal damage to at least 4 locations: petrol station, kitchen, bathroom, ballroom, not bathroom, and castle. Will be your high score with cash bonuses for trick shots and detonating your ball with the force of 1,000 suns. Anyway, it sounds awesome and like something I want to play right now. There's no information as to when. Oh, yes, it is. This has been updated, and it arrives in May. And Three Fields has hinted that it may just be the beginning of a slew of destructive, cathartic games.
Wow.
So that sounds awesome. That sounds like something I definitely want to play.
Yeah, no, I would totally play that.
Yeah.
No Burnout in the genes, though, right? It's a totally different Burnout. It's not like one of those.
No. They're just saying. It's got some of the founding. Oh, I get what.
Did you just make an accident reference?
Yeah, Chad just made a poop joke.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
it's from the chat. It's from the YouTube chat. They were wondering. That doesn't sound very pleasant.
Can I also?
I just wanted to clarify.
YouTube made a poop joke.
You know, I understand
Yes,
and I
they did.
agree. I understand and I agree
Poop
with it
joke.
being open, but that may also be a affecting the call. Not that I say to end it because you need to see what's going on, but it's just we have a lot of stuff happening.
Possible.
2 video streams at once.
That's possible.
And
It
needs to be.
Again,
We need to be able to view what's happening.
we're just trying.
Yeah. All right, number next.
Yeah. All right, next item on the list. Moving right along. Here we go. Number next. Sony is restructuring their corporate and maybe even expanding the way it looks and opening a new arm of the company here in North America, where they're going to be more involved in the PlayStation side of it.
PlayStation.
Dumb? Why? Because it's PlayStation?
I didn't say dumb.
Josh, do you have anything to throw in on that?
I think it means good things.
Who lost Josh?
I know I'm here. I think it means good things for.
There he is.
Yeah, I think it means good things for the company as a whole. I think it speaks to the fact that they're doing pretty well financially, and so they're restructuring to put everything under one roof, which also means that they're going to be able to have more communication between all of their properties and IPs, which means that maybe we could see a first-party video game having something to do with powers before too long. And I think we're going to have more creative minds involved on a lot of their different first-party stuff. So I think it's a good thing.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Our audio is going to sound so jacked up.
Cool.
The magic of editing can fix that.
Did you have anything else, Josh, for your news, or are you finished?
No, those were the only stories that I had.
Very well. We will finish off with the last two. Number 11 for Sony's VR possibly was leaked by Amazon at $800.
Mistake! Won't be it. That's not it.
Is it really delayed that bad?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a very big delay.
It's delayed for Chad because Josh.
I don't know. Sony has come out and said that that's. Yeah, it's very delayed. Sony has said that that is not actually the case because they have not announced how much it costs. But if I don't see...
Well, there he goes. Is he still there for you, Josh?
No.
How you doing?
Good. I will finish his thought because I know what he was about to say.
Right.
Sony's come out and said that Amazon
did that on their own.
They made that mistake. They weren't supposed to do that. And Sony has said they have never revealed any price point for VR.
Which is weird. Why would they? Obviously they can't price it however they want. Amazon can't just list the price they want to sell it at.
I feel like, you mean Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, stuff like this has happened before where a company has leaked, like a retailer has leaked a price point and like put a product on their website way before it was supposed to be released, and the price point's way off. And a lot of times it's because some of these retailers have to do like placeholder listings. And so the $800 might have been something that they just threw up as like part of the placeholder listing, and then they post it and then take it down and keep it on their back end so it's not live anymore. I can't see PlayStation releasing a VR headset for more than Oculus, first of all, but I would think that PlayStation right now is in a position that they could stand to eat a little bit of the cost and price it like well under where Oculus is at and come in at like, I'm still saying they're going to come in around $400.
Right.
They're going to be eating a lot of that cost, and they're not going to be making profit on it for a long time. But it would make sense, I think, since people already have their system, I think it would make sense for them to come in way under Oculus and kind of clean up a little bit. So that's all I have to say about that. Tyler, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Who are you, sir?
Hey, man.
Oh, Josh just got lucky on that guess. My name is Tyler.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be in your presence, man. I'm a little starstruck right now.
Tyler,
you're too good to have you, sir.
Hey, how's the?
So do you have a
question? Did you get her to bed?
That you're gonna have to do that again because I got two questions.
I said, how's that kid of yours doing, and did you get her to bed?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of left that up to my wife.
Oh,
so
good man.
Yeah. No. But she's doing great. She's fantastic. She's walking now and getting into everything.
Oh, she's a kitty.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna make a kid that's not cute. So.
Wow.
All right. So, question for you guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. It's just gonna be something real simple. Okay. Ready for this? In this upcoming election, who are you voting for and why? I'm just kidding. That's not my question.
Whoa! I'll go there. I'll go there if you really want me to, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Can you imagine the can of worms it would open if you started
done.
about your political views?
Boy.
No, I do have. I don't know if it's a question, but I do have something to bring up because I was just trying to think of like, obviously I don't game as much as you guys do. I don't have a podcast about gaming, but I do enjoy it very much, and first-person shooters are my personal fave. And it all started for me back in like 2000 and early 2000s. I don't know for sure. Probably 2004, maybe 2005. Playing Counter-Strike on the original Xbox.
Wow.
And my question is, did you guys play that? And if you did you love it?
I'm gonna say I've never played a Counter-Strike game ever, and I know that's probably terrible.
No.
Counter-Strike is a big deal, especially now on PC. It's a big deal.
That's still tournaments and stuff that happen.
Yeah, but I've never played a Counter-Strike game in my life. I know it's a big deal. I know what it looks like. I've seen people play it, but I've never played one.
Nor have I. It's possible I played like a snippet of one, but I've never owned one. I've never done anything.
I know that I would like it if I played it, but I haven't played one.
My first competitive multiplayer, offline would have been really GoldenEye, but online really was Halo.
I should have said my first online first-person shooter because I think GoldenEye for our generation was the first big first-person shooter that drew us all in to that arena. But
four-player split screen.
I've never heard you guys talk about Counter-Strike, and I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, that game was so big for me. Like me and my buddies, when we were first allowed to play online as 12, 13-year-old kids, tucked away gaming or whatever. Me and my buddies, that was our go-to game, and they had it set up where you could choose your map, and once you liked the map, you would just play it over and over and over until you knew every nook and cranny. You knew every glitch, which wall to hide behind and shoot, where you could hit people but they can't hit you. I mean, you knew everything about those maps. So I just was wondering if you guys got to experience that, and if not, you need to go buy an Xbox. And I have Counter-Strike. I still have the game, so I will mail it to you.
We should. Chad?
I never did get a chance to play it. However, Counter-Strike Go is a backwards compatible game with the 360 and the Xbox One now. So you can get Counter-Strike Go and play that on your Xbox One right now. So maybe you need to try that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely got active servers.
Might be worth looking into.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Excellent. Great question, Tyler.
Before you go, Tyler, is it okay for the viewers if you stand up your laptop or whatever you're broadcasting on and show us that cool room that you made?
Yeah, let us see your wall, man.
Your gaming room.
Oh, my wife is not going to be happy about that. 'Cause it's not me. But I will gladly show you because she's not here right now.
Uh-oh.
All right, so,
Yeah.
first of all, Kylo Ren shirt. I just want to give that a quick.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so here's the wall.
Yeah.
Here's the music house. There's my little station, and these are those little floating bookshelves Been working on. Also made with pallet wood. And Star Wars. I don't know if that's on the camera. Star Wars figurines. But yeah, no, this is it. It's a work in progress. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks for appreciating that. Makes me happy.
You're so handy.
Well, no, not really. It's probably all going to fall apart before the year's over. But
thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, guys. Hey, thanks for letting me be part of it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Hey, game night.
Game night.
Thanks for joining.
Game night.
See you guys.
See you, man. So
See ya.
that brings up an interesting question. Do you guys
All
remember
right,
what
there we go.
Do you guys remember what the first online game was that you ever played?
Oh, first online. Let me think. Goodness. It would have had to have been.
For me, go ahead.
It wouldn't have been. Well, go ahead. If you know what it is, I'll think about mine.
For me, the very first one I played, I got my Xbox Live account in 2008, hence Dutchman 2008, so it hasn't been that long. And the very first game I remember playing online was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I just remember getting owned so badly in that game that I just thought, there's no way I'll ever be able to compete on this level. There's no way that I'll ever even stand a chance at playing this game. And now, when we play game night, we play Call of Duty, and you know what?
You hold your own, man. Bad. No, you're not bad at all. The thing I say about Dutchman 2008 to anybody that I play with is he is always consistent. You're like, for the most part, everybody has bad nights, but for the most part, you're rock solid to where you can count on you having a positive KD, and you're going to contribute, not just break even. Which is good.
Right.
You could that's good. I mean, I'll have like really good nights, and then I'll be like throwing my crap out the window. It's like, oh, insane. But yeah, I just realized that's a good question, Josh. I just thought really hard about it, and this may be surprising to some people, but I really think, and I can't think of another one. I really think that the first online game and gaming that I did regularly would either be Command & Conquer on the PC or Dune on the PC. I used to come over to my grandparents' house. My grandfather, fortunately for me, is a gamer, and I didn't realize this because I never used to associate computer for a while with gaming. He had a Commodore 64, and he played and on a computer, and he always played Pitfall on the computer. He had the floppy disks games. like literally the floppy ones
yeah.
he put in and play. And then he had an Atari, and I always got to play on the Atari. But then he had a regular computer for a while, and he had games like Command & Conquer, he had Tomb Raider, he had Dune. He really liked the RTS games and Warcraft before, Warcraft games and everything like that. And then my uncles had StarCraft, and then my grandpa eventually got a Sega Genesis, and then now he's got an Xbox 360. I think
that's a cool grandpa.
Yeah, but I used to watch him play. Oh, that's also where I learned about Diablo. I watched my grandpa play Diablo 1. I played through Diablo 1 and then Diablo 2. So I would always wait. Like my grandpa would be playing. I'd come down when we got to Grandma's house for whatever. They all lived in the same street, my aunts and uncles. So we'd all eventually make our way over there. But a lot of times we'd get there first, and I'd say hi to Grandma, and I'd run downstairs to see if Grandpa was on his computer. And a lot of times he would be, and he'd be sitting there. And I remember always asking him. My grandpa always talked to me about himself in third person. I'd be like, "What are you doing, Grandpa?" He's like, "Well, Dave, Grandpa's playing this game right here." He's like explaining it to me and everything, and I always wanted to play, and I would sit there forever. They'd have to come down and get me physically to go up to the dinner table because the shouts down the stairs wouldn't work. And I remember playing Command & Conquer and Dune and just that base building thing, which actually is going to connect to at the end of the podcast when I talk about the games I've been playing.
Yeah.
Cool.
How
about you, Josh?
I was just gonna say I feel like I hadn't thought about Command & Conquer, but I definitely played that online. And it's the first online game I ever played was either Command & Conquer, Red Alert, or Mech Warrior 4, which I played a lot of online. And I used to drive my parents crazy because that was back in the days where dial-up was still a thing. And we didn't have 2 phone lines, and so if I was playing online, people couldn't call. And so my parents would always yell at me because sometimes I would ask if I could play online, and then sometimes I would not ask if I could play online. But I got pretty good at that game, and that was a really, really fun game. You could customize your mechs and add different weapons or take away different weapons. You could customize the paint job and a whole bunch of stuff. You could change the legs on them that would do jump further or run faster or different things. It was pretty cool. So it was either Red Alert, Command & Conquer Red Alert, or Mech Warrior 4. I don't remember which one came first, but that's an interesting concept because gaming online didn't used to be a thing for a long time.
No.
We saw that happen. And it's funny that Tyler was when we were allowed to play online. Because to our parents it was a scary thing. You're connecting to people you don't know. What's happening? It was this big scary thing, and nobody knew how it worked. Yeah, that's funny.
Cool.
Wait.
All right. Well, that brings us to our final news item, which is our new releases for today, the day of the recording and/or the day of the live stream. So, Dave, I believe you have the list.
Do you not have your text open?
I do, but this is the very last thing, and then that's our break, and you can do your thing.
Well, see, it's very confusing to have right after new releases maybe another break. Where was the first one?
Well, the first one was supposed to happen after the first 20 questions, but as I stated before our call started, is if it goes quickly, we'll just continue to go, and it went fairly quickly, so we just kept going.
It'd be perfect time to break before that. I have to read all these freaking pages. All right, let's go. I'll just pee in a cup down here. It's not showing my groin, so I can. All right, new releases for everybody listening out there. First on the list for the 3DS is Final Fantasy Explorers. This is an action role-playing video game for the Nintendo 3DS. It features character job-oriented combat against classic Final Fantasy monsters that I know nothing about. It was released in Japan in December 18, 2014, and is planned for release by January 26th, as we're saying, 2016 in North America, and January 29th in Europe.
That game actually looks pretty good.
Yes. All right. Next on our list is Gemini Heroes Reborn for the PS4. Another game I know nothing about. Based on the relaunch, I should say, of the hit TV franchise Heroes, and features a storyline from creator and executive producer Tim Crane. Heroes Reborn, Gemini lets players experience what it's like to be the hero. and introduces never-before-seen characters and environments to the hero's universe. It basically expands on the television story arc with first-person adventure gameplay that brings players into the dangerous world of Cassandra, a young woman who is determined to solve the mysteries of her past while discovering her new powers.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, very interesting. Another one that a lot of, my kids and Chad's kids and a lot of kids and me and Chad
yeah.
are all going to be excited about is Lego Marvel Avengers. That's coming out for the Xbox One, the 360, PS4, PS3, Wii U, 3DS, Vita, and PC.
That's the way to do it right there.
Doesn't need a whole lot of explanation. It is the successor to the last. What was the last Lego Avengers game? Was it just called?
Marvel superheroes. This one follows the cinematic universe though. So
this one's all the movies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The plots of both the Avengers Age of Ultron, and as well as Captain America: The Civil War, Iron Man 3, not the Civil War, the first Avenger.
Yeah.
It just spoils everything. Iron Man 3.
They are going to have those DLC.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
All kinds of characters, even characters that aren't in the movies. Quicksilver, for example, is one of them.
Yeah. This is the one that Greg Miller is in as Aldrich Killian.
Oh yeah, That's cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
very, very cool. I'll definitely play it because I'm buying it and downloading it and game sharing it with my kids. So I'll play that one. On one that Josh, I'm assuming, we'll be able to talk about later.
I will be able to report back on this next week. I was downloading it at work. And I wasn't thinking and shut my laptop off, so it didn't finish downloading. But I will have it downloaded and will have played it before next week.
That game is The Witness for PS4 and PC, which is a 3D puzzle video game developed and published by Thekla, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Thekla Incorporated. The Witness was released today, actually. Was it not?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. It's inspired by Myst, and it has the player explore an open-world island filled with a number of natural and man-made structures. The player progresses by solving puzzles, which are based on interactions with mazes presented on panels around the island. The rules and outcomes of solving the individual mazes are part of the puzzles that the player will have to come to learn themselves through both visual clues and the island, and through audio logs that the player can find. So it looks, one of those cool games where basically you're just by yourself, you to explore and just solve what's going on.
This is my jam.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit jealous because I would like to play this game.
This is my jam. I will say this: it's retailing for, well, not retailing, it's digital only, but it's going for $40, which is a little on the expensive side for a digital only game. However, they're saying that the gameplay time could be anywhere from 40 to 80 hours. So definitely seems worth the $40. Depending on how thorough you are, it could be up to 80 hours of gameplay, they're saying. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to play it. The art is very stylized.
Yep. It looks fun. Looks great. Next on the list is Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is already out on the Xbox One and the Xbox 360. Will be available on Microsoft Windows this month. Does it actually say on the list? I didn't look at it.
Today.
No, it doesn't. Oh, today. Today. Yeah, and of course it's going to be available later this year for the PlayStation 4. And this, of course, is already, we've talked about this a lot, it's the sequel to Tomb Raider, which was a reboot in the Tomb Raider series. Great game. Very good game. This game made a lot of people's lists for top, or best game of the year. I mean, it didn't win, but it's definitely a contender. Great game by Crystal Dynamics. I loved it. Chad loved it. You'll love it. Play it.
Yep.
And last on the list is for the Xbox One and the PS4 is This War of Mine, which I have seen in the store whenever I look at the store for upcoming releases. It looks very interesting to me. It is a 2014 war survival video game developed by 11-Bit Studios. It was inspired by the 1992 to 96 siege of, don't know why I started reading that, during the Bosnian War. Sarajevo. Yeah, the Siege of Sarajevo. Differs from most war-themed video games by focusing on the civilian experience of the war rather than the frontline combat. This War of Mine was released for Microsoft Windows, OS X, and Linux operating systems in November 2014. Android and iOS versions were released July 14th, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release is the one that's releasing this time. So, looks like a very interesting game to me.
Yeah, I have that game on my PC, and I've played it a little bit. Like it said, it focuses on the civilian side of a war. I know, every freaking week. I'm not in the closet this week, so there you go. It does focus on the civilian side, and it's like you have to gather supplies, and then you have to craft things. Like you have to make stoves so you can cook food. You have to fortify. You have to make sure that people's morale is okay. You have enough like tools and weapons and things like that. It's like 2.5D, kind of a side scroller type situation. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. It's different, for sure.
All right, awesome. Neat. Thank you, Dave.
Well, yeah, you're welcome.
What to do now is take a real quick break from the audio podcast. If you're on the video stream, it'll continue. But the audio podcast is going to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back to finish up episode 50. Don't go away.
We'll be
make
right
sure
back.
you stop your recording before you leave, Dave. Stop the recording.
He's already gone.
He gone.
He's already gone.
Well, you can save yours, Josh, or stop yours.
Josh, not closet audio. Huh?
Number 50. Put 50 on it.
50. Okay.
He must have really had to go.
I'm going to go do what Dave is doing.
All right, I'm going to stay here and entertain our two viewers.
All right, tell some knock-knock jokes.
Hey, did you hear the one about the guy? I'm not going to tell any jokes. I'm not going to tell any jokes. Yes, Evan, I did get your question, and it will be discussed. So are you guys all playing Rocket League at the same time as watching? Oh my gosh, Josh's apartment's burning down. Dave, stop your audio.
Hey, you know what? I don't know
Stop
if
your audio.
Oh, sorry. Oh, goodness gracious. Listen to all that stuff.
Yeah, I just gave him a quick mute here.
Well, I guess I got to export everything.
Either that or his apartment's burning down.
So, I was actually thinking about this.
Paco's back. Paco's back.
Oh, he is? Cool. I was actually thinking about this. I know we had some other people that said they were going to join, and I'm wondering if we're going to get overloaded during 20 questions. Because that might be when some people are wanting to join.
Join in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got what we've been playing, and then we've got a couple topics to discuss, and then the 20 questions. So how you been? You been losing there, Paco?
Just lost my first one, so.
Man, just pack it up.
Well, I figured I was getting distracted by you guys, so I thought I'd pause for a little bit, and then you guys took a break. So.
Yeah, good timing.
I will. Did you see my?
Evan's working. Your what?
The pictures I put up on Facebook from Fallout.
Oh yeah, your Power Armor playouts.
Yes.
You know what? I haven't played Fallout in like 2 weeks.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Surprise for those of you who are watching the YouTube video. You won't hear this on the MP3 version of this podcast. But
no, you will not.
Oh, there's Evan. What's up, dude?
Don't see his picture yet? Come on.
We're getting a full house.
He's been working on this for like 200 hours.
He
just wants to impress you.
Whose picture? Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
I saw it.
We didn't talk about it on the podcast. We're talking about it right now.
Well, just tell him how much you like him and stuff. Make him feel
good. I like the winter survival cap.
So you're at work and you can do this from work there?
He just left. He's gone on my screen.
So he just came in to say, tell him you like his picture.
His boss wants to come by.
Where'd Paco, or not
Yeah,
not
boss game.
Paco's here. Where'd Evan go?
I think his boss walked by.
Oh.
He works from home, so he's just in his.
Oh, so
He's
yeah,
at work,
Bridget,
so I think his boss was
Bridget walked by. Bridget walked by.
Oh,
Yeah,
his boss.
exactly.
Paco, great minds, man, with the onesie.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Did you get to read what it says on mine?
No, what's happening in yours?
It is a Christmas onesie.
Oh, it says Dr. Seuss.
Nice.
It says to all women from me.
Oh, it looks like
Nice.
Dr. Seuss at first.
I feel like that's better than mine. Mine is just Wookiee.
No, yours is freaking dope and has a hood.
Yours is incredible.
Wow. We
I'll
should
trade
trade.
you if you want. Yeah.
Take them both off right now.
Mm.
What?
This is not that kind of podcast.
What, you guys go naked under your onesies?
Well, I'm not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I'm not
That's what
wearing a
you're
shirt either.
I'm going to be like Nick Scarpino. Bound, down, down, bound, jump on it, bound.
This is a lot of bonus content for people that watch the video.
What is?
Oh, yeah.
Is the
Nobody's
break still going on?
there he
Yeah,
is.
it
There he
is.
Oh.
We were waiting for you, man.
Well, I just.
Evan
was-
doesn't want to use his 2 minutes during a break.
I didn't want
He's
to
not
waste.
even going to be on the podcast.
You guys, I figured I could jump in for 8 seconds and I'd still have some time left.
Well, we are your time on here actually accumulates.
You spoiled
Your
it.
words.
So
I know.
you're losing. You lost time. You got like 37 seconds.
It's really not that important that I'm on. I have this head cold and I sound like I don't know what I sound like, but it's not good. It's
All
not
you
good.
viewers who are used to never hearing Evan,
You
right now, his voice
You
sounds different.
you don't sound sick to me, Evan, but you definitely don't sound like Evan.
Yeah, something is going on.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's just break time, and I saw you still here, and Pac was still here, and that made me jealous.
I
Yeah.
love how Thor's overlooking the situation.
Thor.
Yeah, see Thor back in the corner in a cup or something.
Yeah, that's from some movie. We always buy the collector's cups.
From some movie.
Yeah, we went to go see probably the Avengers.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
My whole world here is like themed. Okay, I've got these Green Lantern curtains, Green Lanterns up here.
That's right. You're a big Green Lantern dude. I saw you the Green Lantern
Poster back there. I mean,
cosplay.
yeah.
Evan, I've been reading a lot of Green Lantern lately.
Which Green Lantern?
I'm on the Jeff Johns run, so
Hey,
that's
that's
where
it's at.
That's where I've started. I know everybody's telling me that's the best run, so I bought a few trades. Been working on them.
That's
Good
where
stuff.
that's where it's at.
Yeah.
The rebirth is my favorite. My favorite thing that's they've ever
It
done.
keeps auto zooming on your face.
Yeah, I've got this very interesting thing going on here.
I thought you were doing that on purpose. So I'm like, beautiful
So-
eyes, I guess.
Bridget lets you paint an entire room Green Lantern green.
Yes.
Great.
This is, you see, what you have to do is, if you buy a house, okay,
Yeah.
the day you buy this house, your wife is just like so happy that this house is happening. And she's like, okay, this room's getting painted that color. She's like, I don't care, I'm getting a house. Life is good. You've done one good thing. You can do anything you want.
So that's the day that you just have to lay claim to a room.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I did, and I, put things up, and I got these comics everywhere. But
That's good
Now-
life advice. I'm gonna remember
Now,
that.
Jake,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
how many siblings does your wife have?
My wife?
Yeah.
I have a wife?
Oh, you don't have a wife?
I'm 22, dude. I ain't married yet.
Oh, my bad.
Jake!
I heard
Jake
you
is
were.
wearing a onesie that says "To all women from me." He's not trying to get
What?
tied down yet,
Are-
man.
are- You're in your girlfriend's house wearing a onesie.
Yeah, but that's different. This onesie
What?
is already here.
Oh, okay. Is that her onesie?
Well, I bought it, and it's actually too small for me. If I stood up, it'd be embarrassing.
Are you
yes!
I thought
Yes!
I heard-
So
I
I
thought
bought
I
it,
heard
and then I was like, well, you could just keep it.
I thought I heard Jake reference a woman. Was that a girlfriend or a sister?
Yeah, I've got a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Well, how many siblings does she have? Should have said significant other.
She has 4.
So that's still a good-sized family.
And to show you how important his girlfriend is to him, the one opportunity he had to play with Chad, the one opportunity he had to play with Chad Viz, his girlfriend calls halfway through the first game, and we had to have a stand-in play for the whole time Chad was there.
Like that you have a stand-in.
Yeah,
that's what
we have a brother.
For Chad and Josh, the reason I asked that question is that Evan's wife has 11 siblings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one of which lives with me now.
That's like 10 too many.
Oh, really? Ooh, which one?
That's a dream come
That's a lot of kids.
Which one lives with you? Julie
lives with us right now.
Gosh, I don't even know who Julie is.
Yeah,
They're all so young.
How could you? There's 11
good.
of them.
That's good. Well, Bridget is the oldest, and she's younger than me. So, and we went to the same school. I don't know if I told you guys that. Bridget and I went to the same high school. She's a grade behind me. So all of her siblings are much younger. So once they get past a certain point, it was hard enough knowing they existed because they were so young. I think it's like Aaron was my sister's age, so that's the only reason why I knew Aaron at all. And after that, I mean, I knew Jim, but because of who he was, I didn't know. So it's hard to number them all. And then I married my ex-wife, anyways. She has 11 siblings as well, and she's the same age as Aaron, I believe.
Yeah. The only good thing about having that many siblings is when you go in for a gift together for the parents. It's like, all right, what's my cut for the gift?
Right.
You owe $25. Cool. What are we getting them? Well, we're getting them a washer, dryer, and a carpet, you know?
Yeah. We're putting on an extension to their home.
Yeah, it's great.
We need $50. Oh, okay.
So. All right, are we ready to start recording?
Why does the South Dakota logo keep popping in and out?
He just joined back on. Hey!
Hi, Chad. All right, break time's over. We're disappearing.
Wait, can I claim the status of youngest listener?
I don't know what's happening.
Youngest listener?
Yes, Jake, probably.
I'm hoping so. It seems like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't very active. They just listen, which is fine.
A lot of lurkers. That's okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Wait, when did you start calling me Jake?
You know what? I never would have called you Jake. I just
heard somebody else
call me that.
All right. See you guys.
See you, dude.
See you later. Yeah, I'm ready to start recording whenever you guys are.
Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot mine was exporting, which should be done. So let me delete this old audio.
Oh, he did quit it, Chad.
Okay, I'm ready to start new audio. Whenever you guys. Chad?
Why? And everything's off the Wi-Fi except for my computer. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Hello?
You were frozen for a second there.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I know. It keeps telling me. Okay, it keeps telling me my Wi-Fi is really bad, and I don't know, or my connection is really bad. So I apologize.
Did you try it?
It's my fault. Okay.
Rebooting your router?
I did before we started, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I'm sure this will be delayed, but 1, 2, 3, record. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
This episode is going to take more of an effort to splice it all together anyway. So.
Yeah.
Might as
all
well.
right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh crap! I already did it.
Yeah, I did too.
I did it the first time you said, "What are you recording? Oh, let's go."
Yeah, he already counted down.
I hate this so much. Welcome back. This is the extravagant train wreck of an episode number 50. It's just bad. It's real bad. Real bad. Real dumb.
It's real dumb.
Real dumb.
The internet.
It's real dumb. So, The internet's in South Dakota is real dumb. I apologize. We're gonna finish up this.
I can't wait until
podcast.
I can't wait until we can pay $800 and do a podcast through VR.
Right.
I'm supposed to have good internet. Okay, so maybe next week, Dave, you host the call.
Go to subscribe at Patreon/South Dakota Gamer and deposit large amounts of money so we can get VR.
Good plug.
Okay, so games we've been playing. Josh, what have you been playing?
Ooh, I'm excited about this one because I've been trying out some cool stuff lately. Right before we jumped on the podcast, I had heard about this game called 3/4 Home. It's like, I think, $3 on the PlayStation Store right now. It's really good. It's very simple, super minimalist graphics. So it's all like just white, very simple lettering for the menu, and then when you start playing the game, it's still it's just black and white, very like hand-drawn graphics. So it's a car, and you press the trigger button to make the car drive, but you're not controlling the car at all. It's just moving, from one side of the screen to the other, and then scenery is going by. It's raining. There's thunder. So you experience the story of this game through a phone call that you, the main character, Kelly, is having with her family during this really bad storm. There's like a tornado watch and stuff. And so as you keep having this conversation, you keep getting hints about something that has just happened to this family. The dad was in an accident recently and lost a leg. The little brother seems like he's got some kind of a mental challenge. He's autistic or something. Something has happened to you, the main character, the girl. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. And so it's all through text dialogue, this phone call. And at certain points, you can choose your response to what like your mom or your dad or your brother is saying. And it's really interesting. It gets you very invested very quickly, which is cool. So I was playing that right before we jumped on here. I also downloaded a game called Forced, which is an indie game that was on the PlayStation Store. And it's kind of Magicka 2-esque, kind of Torchlight 2-esque, kind of Diablo-esque. It's like it's like a roguelike dungeon crawler. I haven't played enough of it to know if I like it or not. The graphics are cool. There's a few different play styles and some stuff like that. So that was cool. Obviously, I was playing some Rocket League this week. I feel like there's more. I jumped back on my 3DS. I played some Smash Brothers with Cloud. Cool. And he's awesome. He is a little bit OP, but that's okay. I don't mind being overpowered playing against people online. And I also, on my 3DS, started playing Final Fantasy Tactics A2 Grimoire of the Rift, which is the tactics game that was released for the 3DS. So it's a lot more kiddish than the original Final Fantasy Tactics game, but it's still the same game at the core. There's a couple different gameplay elements added, but still fun. And I had a hankering to play a tactics game again, so I got that out and started playing it. I also downloaded The Unfinished Swan, and I haven't played it yet. I downloaded Gone Home and haven't played it yet. And like I said, I'm downloading The Witness, but I haven't played it yet. So
you got a lot of stuff going there.
Yeah, I want to start getting in. Like, I've really been enjoying indie games lately, and I think what I'm enjoying about them is that like you can consume them in small chunks. Like it doesn't take long sittings to play these games.
Yeah. And
like you can drop them and come back to them later. And like I only played a little bit of this 3/4 Home game, and I'm still thinking about it. Like it's really good. So it's interesting, and I think also what I'm liking is that developers, like I was talking about earlier, are finding totally different new ways to tell stories via video game. And I like these games because there's no learning curve. Like, you don't have to get good at playing it before you enjoy it. It's not like Rocket League where you have to put hours in and practice before you get good and can enjoy playing the game. You just sit down and you're having a story kind of narrated, but also taking part in that story. It's interesting. Like, it's cool. I like games that are simple like that, especially lately with the time that I've had to play. It's easier for me to have time to play those types of games, and they're interesting. Like, they're pulling me in and engaging. So,
Cool.
enjoyed it. That's pretty cool.
Excellent. All right, Dave, how about yourself?
Well, I played some. I was happy to play Star Wars Battlefront with my kids the other day, which I've just started being able to do since I got it, which has been awesome. Both my son and my daughter. What I found my son likes doing the most is actually, now we did play some Rogue Squadron, which was fun. But he really likes playing Hero Battle, which is actually in the missions, and he just likes fighting me. Yeah. And we trying to get each other, and he's always asking who I'm going to pick and who, this guy and that guy, and the tension. It's like a little me yelling and screaming because then my daughter gets on. My daughter wants to. I have to get her own gamer tag because they won't let them both have headsets on and talk to me. I can't share the thing. So she always wants to FaceTime while we're playing so she can see me and hear me. So she's always trying to do other things while I'm playing with Jack. And then when she gets on, she immediately starts going, "Take it easy on me, Daddy. Take it easy on me." And then she's like raining down fire as much as she can, trying to destroy me. So it was really fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. And then played some Minecraft too, which was like like the old days where we were, just all kinds of crazy stuff they're building. And then, of course, they know, like when we first started, I was teaching them. Now they're literally teaching me. They know so much more about Minecraft than I do. Things I just ask them a question and they know. It's like a human Wikipedia. I mean, they just know everything about it. But the game, and I will say, Josh, I started playing Oxenfree, which I'm very interested in playing. But I didn't play it more than, seriously, like 5 minutes because my brother's been bugging me to play this game that I already played. It's part of the preview program on the Xbox One. I downloaded it when it first launched, and I played it for an hour, for the free hour, and then I deleted it. It was okay, but I didn't have a whole lot of interest in it. It's called Ark Survival Evolved. And
yeah, I've read about that game.
Yeah, and my brother and my cousin and one of their friends, one of my best friends from high school, his little brother's playing it. So they talked me into paying the $20-something whatever dollars it was. And I started playing this with them. And first of all, I'll just read what it says on Arkipedia, what it is. It's an action-adventure survival video game developed by Studio Wildcard, Instinct Games, Effecto Studios, and Virtual Basement. It's scheduled for release June of this year for Linux, Microsoft Windows, OS X, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The early access for it began on Windows on June 2nd, 2015. So it's been out since midsummer of last year. On the OS X and Linux, it was July 1st. So it's been out on PC for a good 6 months. But it came out on Xbox One December 16th. And I just found out today that there are now more users on the Xbox One playing it than on PC. They've got over 1 million downloads so far. They've had to extend the service. They just added 100 more servers, I think, today for Xbox. In this game, players must survive in a world filled with roaming dinosaurs, natural hazards, and potentially hostile human players. It's based on either a third-person or first-person view, and its world is navigated on foot or by riding a dinosaur. Players use firearms and improvised weapons to defend against hostile humans and creatures with the ability to build bases of defense. Players can also customize weapons using items scavenged from the environment. The game has both single-player and multiplayer options, with the latter allowing players to engage in simultaneous gameplay. Development began on October 2014. It actually is a very addicting game. It's extremely addicting. I started the game, jumped in a party with the other 3 guys, and they invited me to their tribe, which means we share experience as long as we're doing stuff together in the same general vicinity of each other. But also anything we build, we can all access. And you can put locks on your doors, and you can put locks on your boxes so other people can't play. We're playing on a PvP server, so anybody can kill us, which has happened. We've been grief mobbed several times. But you progress through the game, you level up, you get every time you level up, you get things called Ingram points, which allow you to unlock different things that you can build the higher level you get. And this game starts you off as basically you're on this big island, which I'm assuming they're going to add more maps when the game comes out. But right now it's just one island map. On every different server it's the same map. And there's different areas of the map that are more difficult than other areas. You can either choose to spawn in the easy, medium, hard areas. They have snowy mountain climates with ice caps and glaciers. They have volcano climates. They have beach. They have jungle. All kinds of different areas. And this game starts you off as basically like a caveman type person, a very primitive person. You have nothing on your body, and you have to start basically harvesting and mining things. Like you have to get thatch from trees and wood from trees and flint from stone and rocks from stone and fiber from bushes and different berries that you can eat, and you start creating things like a primitive spear or a primitive stone axe. And you can actually progress through this game to where you have metal homes with electric generators, gasoline powered things, military style modern weapons, but it just takes a long time to get to it. And there's Tyrannosaurus Rexes roaming around, all the different kinds of dinosaurs you can think of. The way that you can build things in this game, they have you can build your houses out of either thatch, which is the lowest level, then wood, then stone, then metal. And they keep adding things with every patch and update. They're constantly updating this game. But there's also these dinosaurs and creatures that are roaming around the whole time, and you can train them. You have to tame them first, sedate them. You can make narcotics from different berries and sedate the animals, and you have to feed them to a certain amount and level up their taming meter, and then you can actually tame them, and they can follow you around, and you can store stuff on them and transport them. Or you can make a saddle and you can ride them around. You can do the same thing with pterodactyls, where you're flying all over the map. And it has been extremely, extremely addicting. And it's basically been we build up and we're really happy, and then we get attacked and mobbed and destroyed. Now, it may be a little bit of karma, because when I first joined, I'm like, why is the title of the tribe called We Are Nice? And they said, well, we want people to think that we're nice so nobody will attack us. And then my brother's friend Benji goes, yeah, well, it's kind of ironic because every single person that we've seen that we can kill, we have. Wow. I'm like, well, everybody knows that this We Are Nice, because there's also a chat in the game that you can chat with the people in the area and everything. And so some people have come up and have actually asked, do you guys want to become allies? There's no ally system in the game as of yet, but by word, with us and their tribe, they're not going to attack us, we're not going to attack them, and they'll defend us, we'll defend them. So we did that one time, and then eventually after we got griefed, me and my cousin went over there and bashed down all their doors and stole everything we could from their bed. They got on our little raft that we made and traveled way, way, way up on the map. Took us forever. And now we're in this area under this mountain where it's technically designated a hard area of the map, but not a lot of people go there. And you can mine metal, and you can get all kinds of other things over there that aren't accessible in the easier spots. So it's consumed my time. I haven't played anything else. They're constantly asking me when I'm going to get on. They're on tonight. I said, well, tonight's game that I'm playing, Call of Duty with the guys.
That sounds like it would scratch the itch that I've been trying to scratch with the settlement building in Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's very cool. Now, you're not building a settlement to where you don't have people or anything, but you can build literally the things you can build. Because if you have dinosaurs, they have things called dino gates. And when you get up to the metal area, it's seriously, you can recreate Jurassic Park basically in this game.
That's
because
cool.
you can make metal electric fences. You can it's insane. You can go into the water and there's megalodon, like giant sharks under there that will kill you, but you can also create scuba gear. You can go down and build bases under the water if you want, but you have to level up to that point. I mean, you can literally make steel vaults to store all your stuff in. And it's insane to look at all the stuff you can upgrade to, when really the first thing you start with is, you know, scratching. You're literally punching trees because you have no tools yet to get thatch, little twigs to make like a twine handle and put a rock at the end of it, so you can. And you level up as you go. You literally start with nothing.
Sounds really cool.
Awesome.
It is. It's very interesting. They keep asking me, "Are you going to talk about it on the podcast? Do you have any friends that might want to join our tribe and help?" I said, "Well, first of all, I will talk about it on the podcast because that's what I do with the games I play. Secondly, I don't know if the guys that would play it would be able to put nearly the time into it that we've been putting into it. I mean, it's like I get on with them. They have messed my sleep schedule up because I get on with them at like 7 or 8, and we will play until 6 in the morning.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, and because of my job, to where I don't really have anything I have to get done during the week, you know, I can stay up whenever. Now the thing about my brother is he's a school teacher. There was one night he was on the game and he goes, "Guys," we're like, "Yeah, I have to be up in an hour." I said, "What? To teach school?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "My Wednesdays I only teach until 12. I'm like, "Still, you're supposed to teach other humans, and you're like operating on zero sleep." Yeah. So then I go to bed. I wake up at like 1 in the afternoon. He's on playing. He didn't even come home and sleep. He just got back on the game. I'm like, this guy's dedicated, man. Or he's
That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's got a problem.
They're playing right now. I mean, they're constantly playing. And my cousin's a police officer. My brother's a school teacher, and then their friend Benji, I believe, is also a school teacher. And they're all in their mid-20s.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a game I could get into.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be available on the PS4. You just don't have early access, but it's coming out this midsummer, supposedly.
What about you, Chad?
I have it downloaded. I'll have to try it. But the other things for me, I didn't get to play a lot, obviously, with the new little one coming. We got home Thursday, and I didn't play anything Thursday or Friday. I had the day off Friday and was back to work Saturday, and then my son and I played a little Pinball FX2 on, I think, Sunday afternoon. They have some new Force Awakens tables on the pinball, and so we bought those, downloaded those, and played them. They were a lot of fun. That's a good game you can just kind of play for a few minutes. You know, it doesn't take a ton of time, but it looks really cool, and the tables are neat. So that's a lot of fun. I played that a little bit, and then I played one match of Titanfall. When Titanfall was on sale with all the DLC for like $5 on Black Friday, I bought the digital copy of that with all the DLC, and I played one match. See, what day is today? Is Tuesday. I believe it was last night. I played one match. We won, and I remembered how much fun I had in that game, but it's been so long it felt weird. Like I'm used to now, because you can wall run in Black Ops 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wall running is better in Black Ops 3 than it is in Titanfall, and it just felt not as smooth as I remember, and that's probably because Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 have done it a little bit better. So yeah, but it was fun. I played one match. I'm like, yeah, that was cool. All right, and I stopped.
The one time I played Black Ops 3, I wall ran on accident. And I was like, that was cool.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it's definitely pretty fluid.
Yeah, it's very intuitive. And then yesterday I was at the comic shop, so I had a little time in the evening to play on my Xbox that I have there. And I played a free game from last month's free game, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
I saw that.
Yeah, I had Assassin's Creed and The Witcher to play. And I was like, well, let me try this out. And it's very Diablo-esque, if we want to go back to the esques. And it's got the kind of 2.5D top-down look. And you have sword attack and gun attack. And you level up and you get better weapons, better pistols, better swords, better hats, better cloaks, better boots, better, you just like Diablo with all the loot. You level them up to have better things, and then you have some magic that you can do as well. And you go around looking for, You go around looking for missions. You do missions for people in town, and basically, obviously, you're Van Helsing's son, I think, really. But you go around, you're a monster hunter, and you talk to people, get their missions, go kill monsters, help them out. And you have this ghost lady that follows you around. She's a ghost that's basically an indentured servant to your family. Huh. So she can do attacks and has special powers that she can do too, and she follows you around. It's all right. Diablo's better. And if you want to play a game like this, Diablo 3, on the console is the way to go. It's a lot better than this game, but for getting it for free and just trying it out, it was okay. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Sounds cool.
Will I go back and play it or try to finish the campaign? I probably won't. But it was a fun. I think it played for 2 or 3 hours, just to have some fun with it. So that's all. Literally, that's all I've had a chance to play.
I think we need to make an announcement while we have the little time here after you're done.
Go for it.
I just got notified. I don't know if you guys noticed that we have reached our $25 goal on Patreon for monthly hosting and support.
No way!
Woohoo!
Yeah. We have 5 patrons.
How about that?
Let's do this.
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
Thank you so much,
guys. I'm on my phone, which I haven't really learned how to navigate all of patrons on my phone yet, so I can't see who they are.
I got it on my laptop. Let me see here.
Jake Steele.
Yeah, Jake Steele, Paco.
Pledged.
Yeah.
He has pledged in the $10 bracket.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Jake.
In the $10 bracket.
Oh, wait.
So he put us over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we got
to game with he gets to game with us for 1 guaranteed hour.
Yeah.
Once a week. Now, when does the month start? From right now,
there you go.
Right? Or does it?
Right now.
Jake. Well, actually, let's see. That was Evan. I was gonna say Evan had said in the chat on YouTube that he wants to play some Rust with you, Josh, but he doesn't give the $10, so it's not up to him yet. He gave 5.
I also don't have that game.
Well, get on
I've
that.
been thinking about it, but I don't have that game.
Anyway, so yeah,
thank you, Paco.
We appreciate that. That's very awesome.
That's awesome.
That pays for the hosting.
That completely covers our hosting.
Yep.
That is. Yeah. I've been paying for that for a year plus. That's great. I don't even know. I can't tell you how excited I am about that.
That's awesome.
So very cool.
It's really, really cool. We really appreciate that. That's really, really cool.
Absolutely. It makes my day.
I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try and make it as visible as possible. Evan just posted that on our Facebook page, and so he has built a basketball court and a game out of all of his power armor, and he's got bleachers. You guys will have to check it out after we get off the podcast. It's pretty cool looking.
I thought that was Jake.
Oh, that's Jake's picture.
Yeah, that was Paco that posted.
My bad. Sorry, Jake. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, that's very cool. So yeah, I was also going to say I did play. I forgot.
All right. Well, I think that moves us.
I said Forest.
Josh has still got something.
I said Forest was Magicka-esque, and I totally forgot to mention that I did play Magicka 2 as well. That was one of the free games a while ago. I don't remember when on PlayStation Plus, and it's cool. It's real cool. There's a steep learning curve for Magicka 2. But like the way you cast spells is awesome. Like you press, so you've got like spells assigned to your square, triangle, circle, and X buttons, or elements rather, not spells. And then if you press the L1 button, it switches, and you've got different elements assigned to those same buttons. And depending on how you combine them, you will cast different spells. And then you get different hot button spells and skills that you can use. if anybody out there has downloaded Magicka 2 as a free game on PS Plus, whenever it was, and haven't played it yet, I highly recommend playing it. There's definitely a learning curve and some skill involved in playing it. You have to get used to how the game mechanics work, but they're really, really good game mechanics. It's funny, and it's fairly addicting. I was like, oh, I'll just pop on and see what it's like, and I ended up playing for about an hour and didn't intend to. So it's fun. It's really, really fun. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. I think that does it for our games. So we got a couple of topics of interest.
The topics that interest us are these following things. I didn't have time to record a professional one. I'm still going to do it, though. I'm still going to do it.
Okay, that's fine. So I had we have one question from Mr. Evan, and then I had a two-part question that I just thought of would be a good discussion. But let's go with Evan's question here real quick first. He wanted to know, if we are going to buy a new piece of hardware this year, which piece of hardware would we be more likely to buy?
A Vita.
The Nintendo NX or VR?
Oh, he's giving us options?
Yeah, here's this question. For tonight's podcast, which anticipated piece of hardware are you most likely to purchase? A VR headset or the Nintendo NX, assuming they both are released this year?
I'm not particularly excited by either one at the moment. But if I have to choose between those two, I'll say definitely not VR, at least right now. So it would have to be the NX.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me. It would be the NX for me. Yeah.
I want. Can I have them both?
Okay.
Can I have both of them?
Sure.
Well, Josh isn't particularly excited about either, so you can have his NX.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the VR.
Sounds good. Joey, get on that, would you?
Yes.
I want the NX to be cool. I want Nintendo to be fun. I want them to move their console ahead, add achievements or some kind of achievement system in it, be versatile, and be a little bit more open. So I really do want that, but I also, I really, really, really want to try VR. Now, I may try it and hate it or not live up to what I think it is, but I really, really want to be part of that.
You just want to know.
Yeah. I kind of want to be part of it early so I could say, yeah, I was on board right away.
Yeah.
I realize that the early adopters usually get the garbage stuff, and if you wait a little bit, it gets fixed and it gets tweaked and things get better. But
somebody's got to be an early adopter.
Yeah. I think VR is going to be really cool. I really do. I don't know how much it really fits into my life, but
I think it's going to be cool too. I'm going to reiterate right here and say that is Nintendo's going to announce their NX at E3. It's going to bomb, and within the next 5 years, Nintendo is going to be a software-only company, and they are going to kill it.
At that.
If they would stop focusing on hardware and just do software.
Yep. Bold predictions. We will see. I think they really have to make a splash with this next console. If they don't, they may start thinking differently.
Yeah, this one's going to have to do it. It's going to have to do it.
Yep. Okay. Good question, Evan. Appreciate that. He says he's kind of in the same boat as me wanting both, and Josh, he thinks you are straight up wrong about Nintendo.
So. All right, well, we'll see.
Whoa!
We'll see.
I love this.
we should put some kind of a bet on that. I want to put a bet on that.
There you go.
I owe Chad a burger.
He's calling you out.
I'm saying burger bet on this. E3 is this summer. So
June.
And we're gonna have to wait and see. They'll announce it, and so we'll be able to see what the public reaction to it is. But we're gonna have to wait and see how well it sells But I have a feeling they're going to flub the announcement, and then the console's not even going to connect with the public, and it's going to fail, and they're going to have to seriously rethink what they're doing.
We'll have to figure out what this bet is entailing here, because we can get pretty murky with that. But yeah, I like it. Very good. Calling him out, Evan. I like it. All right. Next topic here. He's coming in live to call you out. He chose his 2 minutes. Okay.
I'm here.
All right.
Hi, Evan.
What's up, Evan?
Now,
Evan, I do want to make it clear. I do want to make it clear. I'm not a Nintendo hater. I like Nintendo, and I like a lot of their properties, but I'm saying they're very disconnected from their public.
well, the thing about this is you have such a short memory. Those, and I'm not saying you. Everyone that has said this, and they said this like 5 years ago before the Wii U came out, like, oh, Nintendo should just get out of this. The Wii was the #1 console ever. Like, pretending the PS2 or the PS3 did anything like it, they did it over the course of 15 years. The Wii sold 100 million units in like 3.5 years. No one has ever touched those numbers or will ever touch those numbers again. Nintendo just sold 55 million 3DSs in, 5 years? So to say they're going to be gone, I think that's a little bold. And I will take your bet, but I don't know how we ever...
yeah, we'll have to figure out.
I don't know how we refine this.
I don't think that they're going to be gone.
No, gone from hardware. But part of the Wii U's failure right now is how many people do you know that are saying, like, I'm not going to get a Wii U, I'm going to buy the NX. I'll just wait till the NX comes out. There's just going to be this instant group of people that are going to buy onto this because they know they've missed out on Smash Brothers and Splatoon, and they're going to jump onto this because they were so smart and they skipped this, just like the people that skipped the GameCube or whatever else.
I've never heard anybody say, I'm going to skip the Wii U and get the NX.
Your own guy on your podcast has said that. He's right over there, Dave Mann. he's thinking about it. He's like, nah, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to get the NX. He said it on your own podcast.
Did you say that?
That is true. I would not. Yeah, I would. True. Josh asked me, or not Josh. Chad asked me a question about it before, and I said that I would wait. If the Zelda game came out, he said, "Would you buy the Wii U to play it, or would you wait for the NX?" And I think you said the same thing.
If I'm getting forced to buy a Nintendo console, I don't intend to buy the NX. I bought a 3DS because I didn't get the DS. And the 3DS had a bigger screen. But
see, Josh, I have to interject. I think if not, I know that you are doubting them right now, and that you have legitimate reason. But I do know that you're also a fan of Nintendo. You do want them to succeed.
I want them to.
But I would think if you think that they're going to stop being a gaming company where they're just going to, or not a gaming hardware company where they're just going to do software, wouldn't you just buy the NX anyways because that's the last console they're going to put out? I'm getting it.
Launch.
I'm getting it because I think it's time. I think that they know that they're behind is in the because they were the giant for the longest time, and their games are still at the top. I mean, their games are not subpar in any way. So if they could just put out a console or hardware that is up to par again, I wouldn't see them having any trouble.
I mean, I agree that their games are not bad. Their games are not bad.
Right.
The problem is there's not a ton of third-party developers that want to work with them anymore, and I don't see that changing just because they're coming out with a new console, and it seems like
because their consoles weren't doing as well.
We
have lag. Sorry, I was saying is the reason that third-party developers are not wanting to work with them as much is because their consoles aren't pushing as many games.
It's because nobody wants to develop a game for a system that can't handle what games are doing.
So if they come out with this NX and show them, look, we learned from our mistakes. we're back in the game with this console. This is it. Do you think anybody will come back?
I think they would have to make. I think they'd have to come to developers like with hat in hand, like on their knees, and beg developers.
No,
really, they're still a mega giant though.
Despite my position in the Nintendo fan club, they have not let me into the secret meetings to know what the console is going to be. So I don't know. But one of the big rumors is that it'll be some sort of console / handheld, combination here, fusion, where you can plug it in your TV and then take it on the go. If that's the case, you take this built-in 50. Okay, they've sold 55 million of these stupid things. I don't know how many Vitas have actually sold. Like 5 million, 8 million. I mean, it's a very low number compared to 55 million. Okay, which is currently this 3DS that I'm holding in my hands is currently the #1 active platform. Like PlayStation 4 hasn't caught it yet.
You're right, but I don't. There's nobody asking. There's nobody asking for a hybrid console. If that's what they end up coming out with, I don't think that's going to connect.
Let me say this as somebody who is not super Nintendo. Like, I grew up on it, I loved it, and I still love playing Mario games when I go over, even on the Wii U, which is not, it doesn't compare to my Xbox or PS4, but I still love playing the Wii U when I play it. I still enjoy it. Now, that said, I think that Nintendo's desire to be super innovative in their hardware, I think, is what is making them fall behind. Instead of just making something that is as powerful as their competitors, they're trying to do the innovative move where, well, ours has this, you can actually play it in your hand, and if someone else wants to watch TV, you can still play that. Well, nobody wants to hold this giant, well, it sounds weird saying this, tablet, since everybody's buying them now, but they don't want to hold this.
Nobody wants to do their console gaming on a tablet.
But if they go down that road again, if they take too many gambles on our console is going to be more innovative than anything, that might be the wrong. I want to see a powerful Nintendo system. That's what I want to see.
Now, the mistake that Nintendo made, we're talking about, they're gimmicky or this, but the mistake they really made wasn't the hardware. The hardware, the Wii U hardware, is awesome. And people are now saying, wow, this works great with Super Mario Maker and Splatoon. Yeah. Those just came out 3 years after it came out. Whereas the Wii came out with this killer software that everyone had to have, that Wii Sports. So the Wii U launched with bad software, and we all know that Nintendo can make good software. So if they come out with good software, I don't think it matters whether it's more powerful than a PS4, less powerful, sideways, handheld, whatever it is. If they come out with a couple of killer apps that everybody has to have, that's where it's going to be. It's not. I don't think it's going to be what it is. I mean, they're going to have something interesting, but it's going to be about the games. Josh, 5 years from now, you and I will settle this bet. I don't know.
Yes, we will.
If the last if the last console they make is the NX, then I guess I owe you a steak dinner or something.
All right, you're on.
Ooh, steak. I like it.
Gosh, I'm hungry.
Good points, Evan. No, I think it works really good.
I think it's
a good conversation, and I think it's a good bet to have.
Yeah, I see your point, Evan. And I do agree that I think it'll be a lot more about the games than it will be about the hardware, but they got to stop with the weird hardware stuff and just focus on giving consumers what they're asking for. So, we'll see. I am excited to see what they come out with at E3.
We shall.
They're also making unbelievable money with these stupid amiibos.
Yeah.
So they're going to be making something.
Money solves a lot of problems.
Enjoy your lives, guys.
Money solves a lot of problems, no doubt about it.
Thanks, Evan.
Man.
Thanks for joining, Evan. Appreciate it.
I don't know. I'm interested to see.
All right, finally,
what our other
topics.
listeners and viewers think.
This delay is driving me insane.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what our other viewers and listeners think. So if anybody else has opinions on that, weigh in. It's interesting. It's really interesting to me.
Yep, it is. Absolutely. Okay, real quick. I don't think this will take quite as long, but 2 parts. Do you have a regular game night every week that you play? And then if you do or don't, but if you do, what is it about that game night that you like the most?
I'm just going to say I do not have a regular game night. I play when I can. I've never had a regular game night, so I've never been able to partake in that culture. I know it's a thing for a lot of people. The closest I've ever gotten to that is some of my friends and I would get together fairly regularly and play Mario Kart 64 or GoldenEye, which was fun. But that was just locally, at my house and stuff. So I don't have a regular game night, although I would. I just don't have, one, I don't have a ton of friends that play online games, and two, I don't have the type of schedule that lets me set aside a specific night every week.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You've got a PS4, not a lot of people play on gaming games with that. I have to say, yes. Now, back in the day, we're talking, 2010 to 2013?
Yep. 9, somewhere in there.
Me and Chad, our own host of South Dakota Gamer, right here, and Tyler, who was on the podcast earlier tonight, and then 3 other guys who I won't mention because they have not, to my knowledge, subscribed or ever wanted to come in here and listen to it.
One of them liked our post earlier.
That's true. I'm surprised he even likes the page.
Yeah.
He barely likes Star Wars. So anyways, we would play every Tuesday. Actually, for a while, every Tuesday and every Thursday, we played Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. And I tell you what, man, I forgot about that. We had 2 game nights a week for a while.
We did.
For a good period.
Before kids, for me, we only had 1, so that was a big part of it.
Yeah, we just had we would have just had a baby. Yeah, I was just Jack at the time. But I mean, it was we would get on at 8 or 9, and we'd game until easily 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it was just first-person shooter. It was just Call of Duty. And there would be 6 of us, which is all you can have on a team. And we would study these maps. We would lock down areas, and we would just control I remember one time we were going hardcore for a 100 win streak, and we had a solid team. And I tell you what, man, I seriously, legitimately, every week looked forward to game night.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was at the grocery store, I was buying food specific for game night. I was planning different things. I took the map sometimes and drew choke point. I studied it because it was and the excitement, and so we started doing that again when the console generation kind of split for a little bit. We kind of fell off. None of us did it. Now, Chad was the first one to go first gen. I think I was the next one, and I think Tyler out of that group. No, it was TJ. TJ was the next one out of that group. No, it was Styron, who was kind of an optional. But anyways,
yeah.
Anyways,
I love that.
The reason that we didn't was because of that. So it didn't really start to pick up until this past year, maybe the last. I guess Black Ops 3 was the first. I mean, TJ played a little bit with Advanced Warfare, so yeah. So it started to pick up to where now we are actually scheduling and planning every Tuesday night. Unless something comes up, it's game night. And we have our game night thread again. Now I have 2 giant threads where every time I wake up, my phone is just blown up with things.
Yeah.
Now the game night thread isn't like it used to be, where game night threads back in the 2010. I mean, game night started at 8 or 9 p.m., but the text started coming in at 8 or 9 a.m. and didn't stop all day. We would just be texting all day about whatever, anything and everything.
Yeah.
And I talk about, so obviously I love it. But the reason that I like it the most is not playing the game, because I rarely play Black Ops other than game night. It is obviously, for me, is getting online with my friends in that party, being able to talk to them, being able to work together as a team. Because it's not like we don't get together and say, well, how's it been going with you? You know, what's been going on here? Nobody cares about any of that. We just want to play the game, but we want to do it with each other.
Right.
And it's just fun. The camaraderie, the yelling, the words that we never use in the podcast. I mean, just
the phrases that come out.
Oh, yeah. Some of us have catchphrases. We're not going to mention anybody specific. But just, it's awesome. It's fun.
Those catchphrases are going to end up on a T-shirt somewhere?
Not those catchphrases.
Probably not.
But my roommate, sometimes, he comes in here and my roommate said to me before, he said it several times to other people too, he goes, I seriously wish I loved something as much as Dave likes playing video games. And I said, true, I love playing video games, but I do love playing with my friends. I said, when I'm with my friends, it's a lot like this podcast, even though we don't talk about all kinds of topics, but you're basically on a several-hour group phone call with a bunch of friends.
Yes.
So it's just it's like none of us are in the same room, none of us are even in the same state for the most part.
Yeah. Right.
But we get together. I mean, Chad and I became friends only through game night.
Right.
Chad and I never met in college.
Nope.
We were there at the same time. Never knew each other. Josh, you're kind of the same way. I think we met in person like, I don't know, a couple times.
Yeah. And of all the friends that we have, you're the only one that has stayed at my house numerous times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone else I was friends with personally before game night, except for you.
Well, and in their defense, not everyone else's job pays for them to.
No, things are different.
I've never come out there on my own dime necessarily.
Sure.
But yeah, it's fun, and then it's weird the stuff that connects people, and that's what it is. It's video games connecting people together, which is I'm sure you can find something like that in a lot of their slogans and a lot of their sales pitches. That's what the Xbox Live community and PS4 networks are meant to do: bring people together to play their games. And it's a community. It really is. That's our own little group of people. And when we get online, like I've never met, I'm starting to name people now, but I've never met Jesse and Dan from Canada. I never met them. Ever. And I've never met Corey. I've never met any of his friends when they play with us. But it's like you get in this room, and now we need to do this again where we just all go game chat.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. Because it used to be where if somebody trash talked someone in our group,
oh man,
it was over with. It was over with, and it didn't just end once the game started and you left the lobby.
Oh no.
It went all the way through to the next one. There were times where we planned. Okay, when we go to this lobby, they're not getting a word in, and they did not. It was constant, like a giant wall of sound from all of us just yelling things.
Noise.
I remember my wife would come out and sit in the corner of the room, unbeknownst to me, and record me because I'd be so loud.
I'm surprised she would choose to be in the same room as that.
That's hilarious.
Well, see, we all use these gaming headsets, much like Chad has on right now, where the TV sound comes through as well as the chat, so our TVs don't have to be volume on and all. So I can play it as loud as I want on my headset. The only problem with that is my voice gets louder.
Yeah.
My voice is yelling. Yelling.
Oh,
Never.
so
I am not good at controlling my voice. Except with singing.
I would echo everything Dave says. Right. I would echo everything Dave says, and that I kind of get those feelings every once in a while still today, looking forward to game night now that a few of the other guys are back and we actually have somewhat of a team. But I remember going to work and going, man, I can't. And some of the guys would work with me, so I'd see them during the day. And we would sit there and talk about, what we're going to do and it's going to be so great. And we talk about the Red Bulls and all that. But I worked at True Green, and Josh worked there with me for a while. And every year in May, we had a big sale. We called it our Sell-a-thon. And I would do these Sell-a-thon videos that I would take over the course of the year where I'd shoot video of us doing stuff in the office and out doing sales, and I would set it to music, and then we'd play it that morning for everybody, and it's our Sell-a-thon video. And everyone looked forward to doing that. It was always fun and really cool. And one year, right in the middle of all this Modern Warfare 2 game night twice a week thing, I incorporated Modern Warfare 2, our game night, into the Cellathon video and had tracks and video footage of us playing Modern Warfare 2 at night in our Cellathon video, set to Miley Cyrus music. What was the song?
I remember that. It was Party in the USA.
Party in the USA.
Yep.
With us playing Modern Warfare. Yep.
There was like footage of guys like jumping up and down and like going prone and standing up. It was great.
Yep, dancing circles. It was great, and I still have that DVD. I should every once in a while think about putting it in. But yeah, so it was so much fun. And there's the thing too for me, I don't do a lot else. I don't bowl. I don't golf much anymore. I go to movie every once in a while, but not a ton. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't have this kind of hobby that takes my money, like going to bars and doing things outside of the house. And this has kind of become, obviously, I started South Dakota Gamer, and we now have a podcast 50 episodes deep, and we have a website and a Facebook page and a Patreon page. I mean, this has kind of become my hobby and my thing. And I've kind of become known for this, and not worldwide or internet famous, but just in my group of people that I'm around and that I know. Chad Games, that's what he does. That's his thing. That's his hobby. And that's why I guess maybe I justify it to myself that way. It's like, this is my hobby. This is what I do. I don't do anything else. What?
Yeah.
But game night is, and I play games on my own too. The single-player games and things like that we talk about. But the thing you look forward to the most is playing with your buddies and the camaraderie and the fellowship of just playing together and shooting some guys and just laughing and having a good time. And that's what's been fun about game night for me and the things that I look forward to the most, even still today as a 35-year-old person. So
I like the idea of that. That sounds fun.
You should get an Xbox One, Josh. You could be incorporated immediately.
As soon as I come into, as soon as I win the lottery, because got my fingers crossed on that one. Chad, I will say about those Stellathon videos. Not that I'm bitter or anything. But
here we go.
For this, I was there for 3 of those videos. Didn't make it in a single one. And it seemed
it can't be true.
No, it's true. It's true. It seemed coincidental, but all you could see, the Miley Cyrus video in particular, I remember, all you could see of me was at different points in the video, different clips, and there was always something completely blocking my body. Just so happened that the way the camera angle was, like, when the whole office was like, put your hands up, and we were as soon as we all started dancing, there was a pull. And so all you could see was my arms. You couldn't see me. It's like another part in the video where, like, it pans across, and somebody's hand goes up, like, right in front of my face, so you can't see me again.
It was choreographed that way, intentional.
Yeah,
that was totally not on purpose. That's hilarious, though.
Tyler and I
I'm
used
gonna
to
have to pull that out and watch that. Oh, that's funny. All right, I think we're gonna get right into Game Scoop's 20 questions for this week.
Scoop!
This will end it for us this week, and I have chosen the game for this week. You guys can start whenever you want.
Chad.
Yeah.
Was this game released prior to January 1st, the year 2000?
No.
Cool.
Dave, are you still with us?
What's happening over there?
Yes. Chad.
Yeah.
I was really entertaining myself. The answer was no, correct?
It was no, yes.
Correct. The answer is no.
So it came up.
Not before 2000.
It came up post. Okay. Is this game playable on current gen?
No.
Chad. Is this a first-party game?
First party, no.
Was this game released on the Xbox One, PlayStation? I'm sorry, Xbox. Wait, shoot. How do I ask this? The generation of the PlayStation 1, Josh, was the Xbox, right? At the same time? I remember. I always get confused with PlayStation. No, PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So PlayStation 2 and the Xbox?
PlayStation 2 and the Xbox were contemporaries. However, this game was not released prior to the year 2000.
Right.
So I know that those consoles were after that. I'm just saying.
Oh. Well, it's probably in the previous gen. Xbox 360 or PS3.
Yeah.
So, Chad, was this game released on the console generation directly previous to the current gen?
No.
Oh. Is this... Was this game... Well... So, either it's a PC game or it was released on...
Could be on the Wii.
Well, the Wii was contemporary, wasn't it, with 360 and...
I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right.
PS3.
Yeah, that generation, when you asked that question, I think 360, PS3,
Right.
Wii.
Yeah. Okay. So it was either a PC. It's either a PC game or it was PS2 and Xbox.
I can't remember if Chad ever played PS2 games.
Chad, was this game released on PC?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But it wasn't only playable on PC.
Yeah, I could have asked that better, but we can assume that it was also
Based
on
off
those things.
his tonation, his voice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess it was. I'm gonna guess it was. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It could still be PS2 and Xbox and PC. Gosh, we have no idea. Most PC games would not release on a Nintendo platform, correct? Is that generally?
With very odd exceptions, well, not odd exceptions, but very seldom exceptions, that is correct. Like Kingdom Hearts, I think, may have been on PC at some point. Like Final Fantasy games are on PC.
Chad. Is this I'm just throwing a dart into the blackness. Is this a Splinter Cell game?
No.
Okay, just want to get that off my chest.
All right. It's not an exclusive. Well, we don't think it's an exclusive. Not a first party. Do you fire a gun in this game?
You can, yes.
Okay.
I feel like this is Chad's Tony Hawk. You can fire a gun. Do you play as a human?
You can, yes.
You can.
Can?
You can shoot a gun. You can play as a human. So multiple characters, and not necessarily guns. Could this be a fighter? Could this be a Smash Bros? No, it didn't come on PC.
I was wondering if it might be a Mortal Kombat game.
Can you shoot guns in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, certain characters can shoot guns. The police guy, I can't remember his name. And the police chick.
Ask if it's a fighter.
Chad, is this a fighter?
No.
Dang.
This will be question 10.
Okay.
Let's think about PC as well. it is playable on PC. That should limit some things, right? I mean, unless
some things,
because back then you weren't necessarily plugging in controllers as much as you are now, right? So
Yeah,
it
but
depends
I don't know
on
that
when.
this. Can I clarify something real quick? I don't think this will make a difference in your thought process, but just in case it does, it was released on a Mac, not necessarily a PC, not a Windows PC, but a Mac, Macintosh. So I don't know that that'll necessarily change anything, but just in case.
Okay. I think that does change some things.
Okay.
yeah, because Mac, especially back then, games on a Mac were far less accessible than they are.
Wait. Never mind. Forget I said that. That's not, it's on both. I was looking.
Okay.
I was looking and I didn't see it the first time, but Windows is there also. So, never mind.
Okay.
You can play Sims. Well, you don't have to be a human in Sims. There's there's the RTS route that you can do. I was really wanting it to be a Splinter Cell game.
That'd have been a great aha moment out of the blue.
I was hoping it was a Mortal Kombat game.
Is it my question?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you can shoot a gun. You can play as a human. Okay, so we're post 2000, but we're prior to the Xbox 360, PS2. So a lot of didn't we narrow that down, Josh?
We are prior to previous gen, Xbox 360 and PS3.
Okay. So there wasn't a whole. Well, yeah, there was with that. It could be. Well, no. The Halos, you definitely shoot guns, and you definitely are a human. And it's not a fighter. It's not a shooter if you can shoot a gun.
Right.
There's a couple normal questions you guys you're missing.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't asked if this is
a licensed property. Yeah. Is this a licensed property?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
I would ask if it's Disney. I would ask if it's Marvel. He's done a lot of Marvel or those Marvel fighter games. Maybe it's one of the Disney. Well, I keep getting thrown off by that early too because I didn't play a lot of stuff like that early. I probably played this game.
Licensed property where you can shoot a gun, you can play as a human.
I would think Marvel before I thought Disney with shooting guns.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. This doesn't really make sense for this. I don't know. The Marvel makes sense if you can shoot a gun.
That's what I mean. I would guess Marvel before Disney. Because of that.
Is this
could be DC maybe?
Is this a franchise, Chad? Is it part of a franchise?
Yes.
Is this a superhero game?
No.
Okay, so that rules out DC and Marvel. We've got to be on like 13 or 14.
Man, this will be 13.
Yeah, this is 13.
Man. I don't know if developer or genre. Is this?
Listeners, if you're listening, join in. Don't waste our questions, but join in and talk.
Is this man? Is this a first-person game?
No.
It's a franchise licensed property.
Yeah, and you can play as a human. That means you can play something else. And you can shoot a gun, which means you can also use another form of attack. It's not a superhero game. And it was playable on PC as well as...
Yeah, I was just about to say Mad Max, and then I realized that just came out for current gen.
Well, that doesn't mean that this game, I mean, we're talking about this specific game. I asked if this game was playable on current gen.
Yeah.
Which means the game is not, the game itself is not. That doesn't mean the franchise can't be playable.
Right.
Good grief, another... We've only got 6 questions?
Yeah, you're on question 14, so...
It would really help, like, if we just knew genre or even developer, either of those two would help a lot.
Well, we know it's not a shooter. And it's not first person.
It's not a fighter.
Yeah, we know it's not a shooter or a fighter.
And it's available on PC to play on PC and Mac as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a... I'm trying to think of like any top-down games. I see, when I think PC, those are the games I play, and I keep thinking top-down views.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on PC.
Right.
Don't get too hung up on the fact that a PC game means it has to be different.
Is this a Disney?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is this a Disney licensed property?
No, it is not.
Is this game based on a movie?
Yes.
So does that always, when we ask that question, does that mean the movie came out generally in the same time?
I would say when we ask that, the movie definitely came out first.
It's also part of a franchise, too.
But usually, I would say games based on movies come out close to when the movie came out.
Unless this is like the third in the franchise.
Right.
This is question 16. Question 16.
So we're I mean, based off of process of elimination, the movie had to come out around 2000 or to about 2004?
4 or 5, yeah. I think.
And it's a licensed property, obviously. It's not Marvel. It's not DC. It's not Disney.
This pains me to see you struggle. It's so you're close. I can feel it.
And you can play not as a human, and you can also.
Well, oh man, I was just about to say, would it be a Star Wars game? But Disney owns Star Wars. Although Disney did not own Star Wars back then.
But it would still be a licensed property today. They would own it now. I guess that's a tricky question.
Well, technically they would because they own LucasArts now.
I guess that's still a tricky question. But I think he would clarify.
Yeah.
Would give it away though. I don't know.
I don't know that you could play as anything other than a human. Unless you're talking about like Knights of the Old Republic or something.
Not playing as a human. I'm trying to think it. Gosh, it's just. I hate this. I hate when we can't think of anything, and it's just blank.
It's not.
Evan's going to be mad that he gave us 2 minutes. You can still comment. You can still comment in the YouTube.
Oh, they're gone. There's no one. There's no one watching right now. They're gone.
Oh, they don't care. They gave their 2 minutes. They got their 2 minutes and they're done.
They went to play Rocket League.
This hurts my brain.
Yeah. This is a bunch of dead. This video's terrible.
Well, it was terrible before now. Let's be honest.
I know. Accumulation. See, I said it right that time. Of this. So is this?
So.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I don't want to give it away.
What were you going to say?
I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give.
Well, of course not. No, of course not.
But here, I'm going to give one more piece of advice. Think of this game during the time that it was. So you gotta separate today from when this game that I'm thinking of came out. It is on its own then. Don't be thinking. I mean, you guys are thinking current gen stuff, and you're trying to correlate the franchise to it that way, and eliminate or including things because of the way things may be on the current gen. I don't know if that helps or makes it more confusing, but
I don't think that helps.
Definitely made it more confusing because I couldn't.
This game obviously cannot be played on today's consoles. You asked that question.
Right.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Yeah, it's very laggy.
Can be played on current gen consoles. That was said. That was a question that was asked.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
It cannot be played on current gen consoles.
Right.
That's all.
Why are we saying that again, though? Does that mean that the franchise could be still on the? I don't know why that was said again. I'm trying to keep.
Yeah. Maybe it's not helpful.
That didn't help me at all. Man. It's thrown me off that it's based on a movie and it's possible to play as something other than a human and you don't have to fire a gun. Was there movies involving swordplay and whatnot that got movies or games based on them? Franchise of games based on them? Could this also be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
I thought about that for a brief moment.
There hasn't been one of those for a while, though.
But I also can't think of... Man, I mean, I guess you could shoot... But also PC.
Yeah, but I mean, like Chad said, that doesn't mean it has to be a different type of game. There's all, PC gets a lot of games now.
Now?
Well, I mean, even back then. PC has been getting a lot of games for a long time.
Licensed property, franchise, movie.
So close.
Was this a...
Lord of the Rings! Lord of the Rings!
You can't shoot guns in Lord of the Rings at all.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Unless he's considering a crossbow. Does this game have cartoons in it?
Cartoons.
Well, no, that's just my question. The way you're acting like that, that's just my question.
I don't know how to.
I was going to randomly think, and this probably wasn't the right generation either. But for some reason, I got Roger Rabbit on my mind. But
that was a long time ago.
So
I guess it was a long time ago.
Are you asking if this game is based on a cartoon?
No, I'm not asking that question.
Maybe we should be asking that question, Dave.
I'm not asking that question.
Maybe we should be.
Okay, all right.
The way he said that.
Wait a second. Wait. Say what you said again, because I didn't hear what you said. It was glitching. There's a lag going on.
I just asked. Right. That's how this works. I was just asking. I was trying to clarify your question. If it was you were asking, is this based on a cartoon? I'm not trying to lead you into another question. I'm just asking that.
Oh. What? Yeah. When I asked, I meant, was it based off of our cartoon?
Are you asking that question?
That's what my original question was. I just worded it wrong.
Are you asking that question now?
As the previous question, yes.
Right. As question number 16, was it based on the cartoon? That's your question.
Yes.
No, it was not.
Yes!
Again, I wasn't trying to lead you into another question. That wasn't my intent.
Oh, man. All right.
I was just trying to clarify.
All that for that.
Question number 17.
17. We still got no clue what's happening.
You're closer than you think, but I don't know what it is that's misdirecting your brain.
You can't. So you don't have to. You don't have to fire a gun. You don't have to play as a human.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use swords in this game?
No, not swords. You do not use swords.
What? What does that even mean? Not swords.
You don't use swords.
Blades of some sort? It's not a Ninja Turtle game because you can't. Leonardo would. That's definitely swords.
You can't play as a human in a turtle game either. So.
Yeah.
What about Casey Jones?
There's. Okay. God of War never had a movie, right?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of things.
Yeah.
Man.
You're gonna kick yourself in the pants when you get this game.
This drives me crazy because I probably played it.
I could almost guarantee you both have played this game. With 90+% assuredness.
Jeez. It's a human. You can't play as a human.
I feel like I could say one thing and it would just
what is that?
Open it up for you, but I don't want to do that because I feel
why?
like it would give it away.
No, it wouldn't give it away. It might lead us to it.
It would almost certainly give it away.
Why?
Yeah. Just because it would.
I don't know.
You have 3 questions.
Put it in the text. I'll tell you if it will.
Okay, here we go. You ready? 3 questions, because I think you still are going to have to work for it. If this gives it to you, if it doesn't, then you're screwed. Just because Disney doesn't own it now doesn't just because Disney is a no doesn't mean they. The way you're thinking. Just because.
So was Josh onto something when he said, "Well, yeah, but."
It would make sense about why he said not swords.
But lightsabers. Ask if it's a Star Wars game. Get out
It's your question. Oh no, it's my question.
Okay.
It's my question. Chad, is this a Star Wars game?
Yes, it is. See, I told you.
Okay.
Question 19.
Star Wars game where you don't have a human and you don't have to fire a gun. I feel like that has to be
Knights of the Old Republic.
One of the Knights of the Old Republic's games. Knights of the Old Republic games.
And they were on PC. Is this a sequel, Chad?
No, it is not a sequel. This is it. Guess the game. Question number 20. Each get a guess.
Oh, that was it.
There was There was also that fighting game. That Star Wars fighting game.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's not a fighter. I already asked if it was a fighter, so it's not.
Is this okay? We both get a question. We both get a game to guess.
You both get a choice. Yes. You both get to guess the game.
Is this Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
No.
That lag, man. That was killing me for a second. It's not Knights of the Old Republic.
Sorry.
You don't have to play as a human. You can fire a weapon. And probably can also swing a sword. Is this Star Wars The Force Unleashed?
No, it is not.
Oh! You have to play as a human in that one.
Do you?
You always play a Star Killer or whatever his name is.
Okay.
What is it? I can't see.
I can't see it either.
Lego.
Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars.
I'm gonna be real honest with you and say that I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was the very first Lego game that Traveler's Tales did. Disney did not own LucasArts at that time, so LucasArts, along with Eidos Interactive, was the publisher. It basically came to every system in 2005 that was available. When it came out, GameCube, Mac, Xbox, PS2, Windows, Game Boy Advance. Action-adventure game, you can play as a Wookiee, you can play as Darth Maul. It had episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then DLC for A New Hope. You could play as droids, you could shoot guns, but you also didn't have swords, you had lightsabers, right? So it was based on a movie, it is a franchise, it is licensed, but not a cartoon.
Man. Well,
technically,
it at least makes me feel better that I don't even know that game.
Technically, you could shoot blasters, not guns.
Oh, stop it.
Never at any point in any Star Wars movie will you hear the word gun. Ever.
They refer to it as a gun. Yeah.
Never.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Ever.
This has been a long
I grew up
one.
calling them laser guns.
No, doesn't matter what you grew up calling them.
And laser swords.
All that matters is canon. Ask Disney.
Okay, so Disney didn't own it. Doesn't matter. So there we go. I knew you were gonna kick yourself when you heard it, and I felt like you were leading yourself astray, and I didn't want to be part of that with the Disney thing. But yeah,
that's fair, I guess.
All right. Well, that does it, guys.
That's
Episode
it.
50 is in the books.
Episode 50. Guys,
a 2-hour podcast.
Guys, listeners, ladies and gentlemen, go like our Facebook page, facebook.com/South Dakota Gamer. Go check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer. Sign up for one of the tiers like Paco and Evan have done, and we're very grateful to them for doing that. Hit us up on our Facebook page. Also, we've got a post on there for the T-shirts that we have available. They're awesome. Dave has a catchphrase T-shirt available. I have a catchphrase T-shirt available. We've got one coming for Chad soon. We have a South Dakota Gamer T-shirt, and there's a bunch of other video game T-shirts available that are pretty awesome that Dave created and designed. Go check those out. Pick yourself up 1 or 5 or 10 or whatever you want to do. That would be awesome as well. You're going to look awesome, and you're going to support the show, and that would be awesome of all of you, and we would really appreciate it.
Yay for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
All right, guys. Thanks for taking a couple hours and doing the podcast. Sorry about the whole lag. I'm talking to Dave and Josh. I apologize. That's Bush League right there is what that is. It's real dumb.
Real dumb.
Real dumb.
That's all right. We had I think I would call our listener join in, whatever we want to call that, success. We had some people.
I would.
Yeah, that part went real well.
Yeah.
Real well. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
So we will sort out the delay, maybe have Dave host next week, see if that helps. But I think for Dave, for Josh, and for me, thanks for listening, as always. Thanks for watching for the last 2 weeks. You guys have a good night.
Bye.
The lag was real dumb. But guys, listen. Piece of pizza. I did all 3!
Dave's real
There we
talented.
go. Real talented.
All right, I'm
All right,
gonna
guys,
stop my
that's
recording
the
right
end
now.
of-
Are you
Yep,
playing
end of the
tonight,
audio,
Chad?
and heck yeah, I am. I have to go up
We
and
went
check
late.
in on him.
So you don't
Yeah,
have
I
to.
know.
to
Tyler's been texting me.
All right, hey Chad, when are
No,
you cutting off?
no,
Can you stay on the call but cut off the live portion?
Audio.
Yeah.
You know what I realized, Chad?